My man.
All right. And we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast, episode 100.
Yes.
100. Lords, we made it, man. Bust out that Tony, man. It's our anniversary. And it's another glorious Sunday. We are back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm very excited about our special guest. And we've got Reggie Fils-Aime retirement, GamePass and possibly Scalebound on Switch, Anaconda and Lockhart to be revealed at E3, Halo Infinite, and Mike Ybarra and reviewers to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce the Lord, who is not only an amazing friend to the realm, but is truly one of the most positive beacons in our entire gaming community. This Lord's extremely high quality content and passionate work ethic is synonymous with everything he does, yet at the same time exemplifies a true selflessness and the promotion of all his fellow gamers. Introducing the host of Breakfast with Boom, Gaming News at Noon, Xbox Factor, and the Double Barrel Gaming Presents podcast. One of our favorite panelists on the Crossfire podcast, and the New York City Lord, also raised under the tutelage of Mr. Lee's video game trading program. Live from New Rock City and making his return into the realm of the Lords, my man, Lord Boomstick XL. How you doing, sir?
Hey, man, that was some write-up, man. You know, let me tell you something. I do a lot of these write-ups just like you, and I learned from the master. And that was awesome. It is an absolute honor, a pleasure to be on episode 100. I am stoked to be back here. We're going to be dropping some massive news today that I've been keeping on. We've all been keeping under the wing about something that's coming up that's big. A lot of big topics, a lot of emotions, man, on the internet. I don't know. I mean, again, I say this all the time. We were talking pregame how I consider myself now an old school G. I mean, I'm 2 years away from 50, right? Mm-hmm. So I've been gaming a long time, and I say this, and I really do mean it with absolute respect. I have had the privilege and the honor to watch gaming change from dots and sticks to where we're getting now with photorealistic graphics. And, in all those 40 plus years, I've owned every console, and I really mean I'm not rich. I've always been a guy that's worked like 2 or 3 jobs.
Talk that king talk, Boom. Don't be afraid.
And when I wanted something, I put my head down and I got my hands dirty and I did what I needed to do. And of course, Mr. Lee took thousands and thousands of dollars from me with the import. And I have been privileged to own every system from the NES moving forward as I paid for myself, everything.
Yo, dude, bro.
And change happens.
Yes.
Big change happens. And as technology advances, we went from cartridges and CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays, and now everything is digital. And it just seems as if people, and I'm not mentioning anybody, I'm talking about this is a general statement of really having that's something in the feels.
Yes.
Where if you are starting to agree with this, the nastiness is starting to come out. And I got to say that's a bad look for some people.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is, Boom, and we'll get into it as we go into the show. Sometimes, like you said, we've been around a long time, and the industry evolves. And sometimes, a lot of people are resistant to change, and they're just, stuck in their ways as far as things. We don't get into that because I know where you're going, and I can't wait to get to that subject. But first of all, glad to have you on episode 100. It's only right. And also, you're like one of the hardest workers in show business.
Thanks, dude. For real, dude. I appreciate that.
Put your feet up. You're in the realm of the Lords. You know what I'm saying? And last thing, what have you been playing, sir? I was very curious.
Oh, well, I have been playing, February 15th came, and of course, Boom being Boom, who buys everything, or at least tries to, I was able to snag Metro, Crackdown on Game Pass, Anthem, and Far Cry New Dawn. I plowed through Crackdown. Listen, I'm going to say this right now. No fanboy here. I did a special edition episode yesterday. I gave it a 7.5. I could have fanboyed out and gave it an 8.0, but I wanted to do it the right way and give it the game what I was reviewing. So I gave it a 7.5. It is an amazing game from start to finish, especially in the single player. The multiplayer, yeah, sure, like a lot of multiplayers needs work. I'm almost done with Metro, which is the sleeper hit.
Wow.
Sleeper hit of 2019.
I'm hearing fantastic things.
Graphically, the HDR on a 4K screen on the X is just magnificent. And it really is. It's going to be in some people's circles for Game of the Year 2019. That's how good it is.
I'm hearing fantastic things. Just want to pay the bills right quick. Shout out to Lord Cedric H with the $5 super chat. He says 100 episodes. Congratulations, Lords, and shout out Lord Boom.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
H, man, much appreciated. Thank you, sir. Oh man, Lynchpin. Wow, with the $10 super chat.
Nice.
ILP is live, and there could be no better guest than the incredible Boom.
Wow, dude, that's nice of him to say. Thank you,
Germany, my lord. Germany's in the building. We lit. I'm hyped, man. Oh man, thank you so much, man. That really means a lot to us. But yeah, Boom. So you got Metro up there, right?
Yeah.
Now. Okay, that's what's up. So you already know, you know what I'm saying? It's the 4 horsemen again. We're down a Lord. So it should have been 5 horsemen today because we got a other special guest. But it's 4. Hopefully, Lord Addict in the wastes of West Virginia. They nuked his power. So Bethesda, man.
Instead of the wastes of West Virginia.
The waste of West Virginia. It's always something in West Virginia, WV. Man. Shout out to my brother.
West Virginia,
But shout out to Addict, man. Hit me. He's really sad because he wants to try to make it. Hopefully, these guys get their power up, brother. Hopefully, you can join in progress because this is gonna be lit.
I got you, Addict. Don't you worry about this.
And of course, we still have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus. Mr. Offline Profile Illuminati and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank, my man, Lord Sovereign. How you doing, sir?
I'm chilling, man. I'm doing real good. Happy to be here today.
Nice.
WPLS. I see. I got to jump inside because Attic ain't here. You know, Attic usually jumps in at this point when.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So Sovereign. So how about that, though? Yeah. All right, King.
Yeah. He's quiet on his own intro.
No, and then he doesn't talk during his own intro.
As soon as I intro stop, he would have crashed the
Thank you. I appreciate that. We needed that today.
Yeah. What's going on, man? What you been playing, man?
Chilling, man. I actually got to play some stuff this week. So I played some more Crackdown. Crackdown is great because you can just come back to it for 15, even half hour, 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I think in a half hour that I played this week, I must have collected like 30 orbs. You get something done all the time, even in short bursts. So I'm chipping away at that. I got more into Metro. Like Boom was saying, like a pet peeve of mine with games generally coming towards the end of this generation, they have to do something about uniformity when it comes to HDR in these games. Like,
what's going on?
Boom is right. The HDR is great after they fixed it.
Yes,
but it's like, everybody has a different way of going about it, and they don't explain that well to the gamer. And then when it comes to the tools used to measuring it on a game-to-game basis, it's the same thing. Everything is up in the air. Some people have great tools, some people have horrible tools. We need to get some sort of uniformity because the HDR is a game changer that not everyone is able to.
Good luck with that, Sovereign, because a lot of dudes don't even have HDR 4K. So good luck with bringing the community together to watch HDR.
I try to be inclusive,
Some of these dudes need them 4K televisions. They be having opinions.
King, are you saying that some people have opinions that are still rocking 1080p TV?
Oh, bro, you got some people with them CRTs, bro.
I gotta throw the big back.
Oh TV man, you know, some guys are still lugging them big backs out here, putting on waist trainers when they move their television. I know who you are because I saw your reviews, and when I saw those reviews, I knew exactly what TV you was repping. I don't want to hear it.
So that's what it's been solved.
And you'd be surprised. I actually got a good 10 hours into Anthem.
It's a long game, dude.
I have some things to say.
Let's get to it real quick if you can.
So real quick, what I liked about it, the locomotion, the flying, that's great. Everything about that is great. It's intuitive, very easy. It is truly the Iron Man simulator. When it comes to the shooting, feels good. The weapons don't feel great. They don't feel super unique. Yeah, in terms of the weapons so far, anyway, they don't seem super unique. Not in the way like a Destiny weapon feels, right? In terms of the looter shooter stuff that I think it could do better, I think it's a mistake not to have your javelins upgradable in a way that affects gameplay, especially for a paid looter shooter. In Destiny, every little piece, whether it's your guns and how you change up your guns or your armor and stuff like that, all of that stuff matters. And except for cosmetics on the javelins, none of it really matters. I mean, I know you can add stuff to it and make changes to it, but I think if they focused on making the armor super special, like piece by piece and stuff like that, I think that's a huge part of that loop and that grind that I think you guys like in Destiny, that I think it's missing.
That is absolutely missing. I got that too. I got a conversation for that too. With my phone. I got a conversation for that too.
And then in general, it doesn't feel like a BioWare game. It doesn't.
See, you have a perspective because me and you are in that BioWare vein. That's vein. So I hear where you're going. Continue.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in that it doesn't feel like a BioWare game. Like just the very minimal choices that you're given don't really do much.
Can I interrupt you 1 second? That's what I was trying to convey to Momentous when we were talking because he never really played BioWare games like that prior,
right?
And you got to understand, for us, our standard is so high. We came from the Mass Effects. We came from the Dragon's Age. You know what I'm saying? So like to see the dialogue choices about like, okay, how's my dog today? And you don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like it really don't affect it. It almost feels tacked on. It almost feels like it's not, you know what I mean?
It does. Yeah, it doesn't feel like if you look at the initial videos they showed of gameplay and whatnot, even when you're walking around Fort Tarsis and like you're talking to NPCs, they have emotion and they have emotions like that you can see it in their face, like they change up their facial expressions and stuff like that. And when you're playing the actual game, that's not quite there, and everything feels sort of stiff and just very robotic in a way that doesn't feel at all like a BioWare game. So I think in that respect, they kind of frauded a little bit, and that's not the game that they gave us. But in terms of, I think a great core is there. I really want to see what this game looks like in a year, but it has some work to be done. And King is laughing because he's not sure that the game's going to be around in a year.
When it's my turn, see, I'm not going to jump in your joint because you hardly ever really speak like that. So I'm having fun with you talking.
No doubt. Right, so that's what's
that was that.
Right. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the Excess Gamer. Ooh. The Lord of Combat Sports, who is a man of his convictions, demands nothing less than the premium experience, and is the leader of the Fraud Alert movement. Ooh, beloved Lord King, how you doing, sir?
Oh my God, today, boy, do you understand? Like when I got off of work, oh man, I ran straight in this house. I said, ran straight downstairs to the PC and turned it on. I said, you're not gonna get me today, bro. Today is not gonna be your day that you're gonna make me late today, bro. This is because I'll be there early, but the PC be like, you have to wait because you ain't turned me on in a week. I need to heat up, I need to warm up. I'm like, you brand new. What's up with you? No, I need to update, baby.
That's Mr. Lee trying to get some more money out of you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so listen, first and foremost to my brothers, here it is.
That's nice.
Y'all see this, right? Oh, come on.
Oh, hold on. Let me give you a shot. Let me give you a shot.
There goes the light.
There it is.
Glasses up.
There it is.
Glasses up. We out here.
That's the $500 bottle.
Nice.
Of that ILP exclusive. Woo! Y'all hit me. Y'all get that.
Only the king.
All right. So salute to my brothers.
For real.
It's been fantastic. The ride has been incredible. I'm also want to give a shout out to a lot of people in the community. Shout out to Thanos. I said I won't say your name. You know who you are. You that man behind the scenes and you don't like to be up front. So I respect that, and I'm not gonna say your name. Shout out to Tim Dog.
Wow.
That's my brother from another mother.
Ones.
All right. Shout out to Megatron. Shout out to Bloody Knuckles. Shout out to Super G.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Shout out to K Mega.
Yes, sir.
Shout out
dude.
to Lemon.
Yes.
Boom is here, so I ain't got to shout out.
We got Boom in the building. He knew it was
Yes.
Thank
Shout
you,
out
sir.
to everybody that's gonna be at the compound.
Facts.
Oh man.
Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer.
Yes. Shout out to hip hop.
All right. I definitely want to say shout out to my brother because my brother has definitely put me in position to win.
Yes, sir.
Right, without looking for anything in return, and that's a real brother that does that for you.
Shout out to Anchorman V2 from the very beginning.
Shout out to Anchorman.
Word.
Shout out to Tick Network, Cal.
Facts.
Yes.
Without Tick Network and giving us a platform to show what we had, in my humble opinion, I think Cal is one hell of a man.
Respect.
Shout out.
Mad respect. Yes.
You gotta shout Dizzy. He on the platform though.
Well, Diz is here, like I said. Diz is here, so I'm not gonna shout out people that's here.
Shout out the stream team.
All the stream team. L Boogie, MJ the Boss, Aldo. Who else am I missing?
Potentially perfect.
Potentially. That it goes without saying. Old school style. If I missed anybody, y'all know when I retweet.
Boy Distracted said you forgot Mr. Lee.
Shout out for Mr. Lee for
Mr. Lee. Good old Mr. Lee.
That's it for that.
Get that sip, baby.
Take a nice sip, man.
Tastes beautiful. Tastes like $500 worth. Now, let me tell y'all. This week I played Crackdown. That I don't care what anybody says. That Crackdown is so fun. I ended it. Right. So I also, it's hot fire. All right. Anybody that don't understand what hot fire is, stick your hand in hot fire. It's hot fire. Except you step back like, woo, hot fire. That's exactly what it is. I know a lot of y'all in your feelings. Y'all feel like, oh no, King, you're fanboying out. No. Nobody ever told you that it was going to be anything other than what it was. Crackdown. And it played just like Crackdown. That multiplayer stuff, man, Crackdown ain't never been about that. But they threw that in the box for y'all because y'all made a big hoopla about it. Microsoft made oh man, we got caught out there. We thought we were gonna have it this way. The cloud ain't really like the cloud say. The cloud is mystery. They should have talked to Sovereign. Sovereign know the cloud better than anybody else. So that game, I ended it with Death Singer. Death Singer was only in the game probably 2.5 hours. I finished the game with 12.5 hours in, and nice. I dragged him through to the end. So he didn't do anything else in the game but ended it on my side. He had a great time. I played some Black Desert. I ended Titanfall so I could stop being a fraud.
You got it done?
Oh man, that game. There's so many great games that we have. Just like Boom said, we came from sticks and lines and a little ball bouncing from here to there. I did the same thing Boom did. I played every system. I went all the way up. So when PlayStation dudes be like, "Oh, you're an Xbox lover," man, shut up, man. I was online for that PlayStation when you was, getting your diaper changed.
We paid for that.
We spent on 2 days in line. You know what? So please, man. I remember when Madden had little ball heads and their eyes was black and their soul was hollow.
The ambulance on the field and run everybody over.
Yeah. So no, man. I remember Game Day. How about that? All right. And I used to look forward to everything. So stop. These guys are in their feelings nowadays, and I see it. I played this Anthem, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all about it. All right.
Here we go.
Anybody that went in out there and spend that $60, you got scammed. Right? That's a deep pocket holdup. You got a deep pocket holdup. They ran up on you, they put their hands in your pocket and said, stick them up. And you did nothing but played it, and you liked it too. So you're drinking the Kool-Aid, you in a cult. You're drinking the Kool-Aid, and you're trying to convince yourself the game is good. The game is not good. Now, it's better than that stupid demo. I don't know who was in charge of the demo. Hopefully, he got fired.
Oh my God!
I don't ever advocate for somebody to get fired, but that man needs to be banished.
Why you gotta be gone, King?
That was the worst representation of a game show. Like to show it to somebody, like, here, play this, and the game played nothing like that. I got it. And I was like, oh, this game is actually decent. It's actually decent. But that demo turned me off completely, had me completely biased towards the game. So I played the game because I have EA access. And if you don't utilize your Xbox, that's on you, people. If you don't got Game Pass, EA access, all that stuff that you can't get no place else, don't cry to nobody talking about they ain't got games. You don't have money. So let's get back to that part right there, right?
Yes,
the part where I'm playing Anthem. I'm having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But just like Sovereign said, all this cosmetic stuff, and it's not changing the gameplay. Mm-hmm. I switched to a gun. Really, it felt like Division mixed with Destiny 2
mm-hmm.
with the gunplay of Division
mm-hmm.
with some aspects of Destiny
mm-hmm.
with a flying mechanic.
Okay.
That
it's like a mismatch of different things. And...
yeah, but they do it all bad.
Oh, damn.
Like they do it all bad because if you can
Flying King, come on, fly.
Listen. Right, okay. Look, Ace Combat's out there. Stop it.
That's a place, bro. You can't come for them like that.
What type of looter shooter is it that when you go to loot, you can't see your loot?
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, that's a. I have to agree with you.
And the thing I don't like is the discourage. But I'll give you this with the discourage of exploration when you're trying to loot and look around, and if you got that sinister like part member who goes too far ahead, and then the whole game pulls you, gives you that countdown. Hurry up, 30 seconds. We're gonna.
You know, I didn't know what that was, right? And I'm flying in a group, and my stupid behind wandered to the left.
Yeah.
They are at the mission over there. And then I saw something on the screen. It said, you're too far away, something. And we're timing you up. Then
loading and that loading.
I said, bruh. I said, did they just stop my fun? Did they just remove me from me looking in the bush? Because I was over there in the bush trying to figure out what's happening in this corner over here. I wanted to figure it out. But the dude who wanted to lead the pack wanted to drag everybody forward. So, and you know what? When, what was that game for Xbox that came out? State of Decay? State of Decay 2.
Yes. Yeah, with
they had a tethering. Yeah, you couldn't go way too far.
Did it?
Yes.
Y'all was all over. Yo, man, I'm telling you, man.
That is
true. System sucks, man.
Right. They gave business on a 4-player co-op game that kept you in a tight rate. You all right? You're right. There wasn't that same energy.
And this game is doing it. So see the high pocket stick up that's going on right now, and you're drinking the Kool-Aid talking about, oh, it's good. It's cyanide. You're dying slow. So, like Sovereign said, you're gonna have to wait until next year to figure out if it's really good.
Okay.
All right. And I hope it's around that long. I hope y'all stick around. I hope y'all play because y'all the same dudes that play Destiny on the first upload and then y'all out playing something else. I know you dudes. All right.
You know, I just want to jump in for a second because I agree with King. I think that Anthem has a problem. Listen, I got the Legion of Dawn edition, so I'm all in. You know, there's no tipping the toe in. I jumped in and it was cold as shit. But you know,
the thing was on the Lord's Day, boo.
The thing is this. You know, Division 2 comes out in a couple of weeks, and then
I'm trying to tell him.
I'm trying to say Washington, D.C. has already sent me. I got the watch, bro, and it's lit up, and my mission package has already been sent. So when that comes out, I'm sorry, the same way I saved New York City, I'm gonna take the train or hot footed over to Washington, D.C. and save that town.
We on your cellar. They play your bases. Go.
Yeah, I think it's in real trouble. Because you know, listen. Destiny 1 came out where it was, right? You know, 7.1 Metacritic, everyone, and it had its problems. But at the same time, give Bungie credit where credit is due. That gameplay was tight. Yeah, sure. There was some things that needed to be fixed, but there was a gameplay loop that kept you in.
Thank you. Boom. Can I cut you for 1 second?
Yes, go ahead, dude.
That I talked about on the last word of Ebontis, and I was going. Shout out to my brother Philly Eagle. He was in the chat. We were kind of discussing this, and I said, "Look, for the people who think that we're just hating, Destiny fans are just hating on. Look at Dizzy chomping at the bit. He can't wait to get it. look at this. He like, oh, y'all talking that Anthem slander.
y'all talking looter shooters, and I'm just like, pay your respects.
We know that.
Pay your
That's the originator right there. We know trap. We know that. Shout out to Borderlands. But what we just want to say is just that, like, listen, for the people who think that the Destiny fans are just hating on Anthem and Destiny had the same issues in their launch, here's the fundamental difference. The issue is when you played Destiny at launch, Vanilla 1, there were no technical issues that prevented you from playing the game. The gameplay was tight. There were no bugs. There was no respawn issues. There's no loading screens. From a technical standpoint, from a functional standpoint, the game worked. Now, whether you had issue with the story, whether you had issue with the content, more content, that's another issue that may be justified. But that's the fundamental difference. The game worked, and to see it go through these things, and you just hope, Boom, that at a certain point that not only are they able to correct these things, but they continue with the content, updates and the content streams and stuff like that. Otherwise, like you said, you got Division coming, what you call Destiny's going to reload with their Season of the Drifter and Season of the Redacted and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see. But sorry, King, sorry, Boom, I interrupt y'all. Let me give it back.
No. I mean, but you're right. Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, I think they're in trouble.
Right. Now,
and I know I paid for that 120 Division package, the big boy status package. I shout out to Microsoft and Discover Card. I told you guys how to get games for free. Also, I purchased Red Dead. Now I told y'all two things. I will get Red Dead when Red Dead is on sale. Y'all said Red Dead will never be on sale. Well, Xbox had Red Dead on sale, 30% off. Guess who jumped in that water? This guy did.
Fraudulent gamer.
No, it's called Frugal Gamer. You said the wrong F word.
Yeah, my bad.
Frugal Gamer when it comes to stuff that I don't know about, and I'm just like, I'm not drinking. I'm not the Kool-Aid drinker. All right, so y'all can sit there talk about the water's wet. Let me find out myself.
Listen, King, we just saw you drink champagne. We know you don't drink no damn Kool-Aid.
So, all right, so I put it on right now. Shout out to Cali Realness, Chris. My man, that's a real brother. Yeah. J Bone, Chris. Yeah. Shout out to the Cali family. Shout out to
Cali for Anthem.
Anthem. Oh, hold on. Cali family, hold on. Yeah, man, the level of disrespect in the building is disgusting. This is disgusting.
It's very disrespectful.
This is disgusting. A bottle on me when I get out there. You understand that?
All right.
Listen, Cali family.
Yes, sir.
Requeno.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
Ant the Ruler. Cali Realness, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Who are we? Manny Music.
All right.
On
the beats.
Manny on them beats is crazy. He did the beats for ILP.
Sean Labrie.
Oh, listen, we have such an extensive family. If I ever forgot anybody, I didn't do it on purpose. It's you guys.
All right, here for them. We're gonna see y'all, baby.
All right, so I put on this Red Dead, right? And I'm a spaghetti western nut. I'm that fool. I'm that dude, right? So I put it on and I'm looking at it and I'm like, nah, man, this is not the game. Not the game looking like this. I said, oh my God, it looks incredible.
Told you.
It looks incredible.
So I told you right there.
No. Yo, listen.
I hope you turn that HDR off though.
No, what are you talking about? The HDR in the game?
Yeah, you need to turn that off.
It's some issue. They don't know how to do it.
It's straight broken. Like
the game's gonna look even better.
It's not even a subjective thing. It's broken.
If you turn it off, it looks better.
Yeah.
Rockstar don't know what they're doing with the HDR, fam. Yeah, you gotta turn it off.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna do that today. So listen. Like, so I put it on, and it did stuff like God of War. Right now, when God of War, he teaching his boy with that bow.
Yes.
So old boy said we needed to go hunt, and he took me out with a bow. And I said, wow, here's two takes on the same scenario. But one felt like it had gravity.
Yes.
All right. It felt like the open worldness. This is no slander towards God of War. This is when you say game of the year type of credentials. Remember, I'm rolling with Spider-Man to the death till the wheels fall off.
Sounds like everyone's changing their.
No, I didn't get a chance to play this game. All right.
Continue, King.
Yeah, the fact that I put my fingers in this game and I'm seeing the mature content. I'm seeing a spot on with the aim assist. Thank God for the aim assist.
Shout out to the lock on aim.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Yeah, my hands is deadly, boy. Woo! I'll be putting bullets through people. It felt like a Bonanza episode. It felt like,
Yeah.
you know that, Boom. You heard what I just said. I said Bonanza.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you know where I'm at with it. The bad and the ugly. It felt like who's not playing this game and who hasn't touched it? Like who? If you haven't touched it, I don't care what type of gamer you are, right? You owe it to yourself to touch this game. You owe it to yourself to see greatness in its rawest form, in its realest form. When you touch it, I don't know what Attic was talking about when he was aiming down sights. The game has gravity. The game has
movement. It feels a little stiff, sluggish. That's his.
It don't, because I was moving through snow. But when I was moving on the ground, it felt like ground. You know, so my opinion of the game is this. So far, early on, Chris was explaining to me that I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. The game looks like I'm going to have such a good time with it. I am happy that I got it for free because I got my points from Discover.
Nice.
And I went over to Microsoft and I purchased after I got from GameStop. You know, I tell y'all to hustle. Use Discover to buy everything, get free points, and go buy games for free. Go do that.
That's right.
That's what man stuff. All right. But this game, I see I'm gonna probably be sharing Sovereign's opinion of the game when I'm finished with it. And it's so early on, the greatness is there. I didn't want to tell anybody I was playing it. The only person that knew I was playing it was Chris. And I played Apex this week. So I emptied 2 games and I started a game. And I'm going back into my backlog to tear up these games and stop being a fraud and be these real gamers that we're supposed to be.
That's what Attic would be proud, sir. Thank you, sir. And of course, we have a Lord who truly needs no formal introduction as one of our day one supporters in the realm. This Lord is an Arc tribal leader by day, but also a fellow Destiny Warlock and Anthem Storm Javelin by night. Live from the Lone Star State and Lord of the Playback Gaming Network, my man, Lord iDizzy81. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I had to kind of like be quiet because my gaming tastes obviously are on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm definitely so what I've been playing. I have been playing Anthem.
No doubt.
Here's what I'll say. I will agree. I've been having a fantastic time, and my experience is a little bit different than I think that what a lot of other people have been doing. I have to agree with Saab. It doesn't live up to BioWare and what you would expect from a BioWare game. Despite my personal belief of how I think BioWare is, I think that there are better studios as far as campaign-driven games. I digress. It's definitely not what you would expect out of a typical BioWare game. So I feel like that they have a lot of the story elements. I've been running through the story itself. A lot of it is just it's very boring. It's very dull. There's a lot of chatter going between. You know, there's some people that are actually. I feel like Owen in the city. I feel like that he's pretty captivating. Whenever you hear the talking going back and forth, there's a couple of people. Like there's one guy that you keep coming across, and he keeps hating on you. And then he starts telling you about all the moves that he's putting on everybody else in the little tower or whatever it's called. Right. I'm like, this is borderline sexual harassment. So there's certain things that are pretty good. I absolutely love the Storm, but I feel like that the majority of everybody playing Anthem right now is loving the Storm. Every time I jump into a match, it's easily 2 to 3 Storms per match.
Yes.
So I guess I'm not as rough on him, but also I come from an Arc background, so I'm used to dealing with the bull, where we're lied to about what you're going to get, and then you don't end up getting it.
Okay.
So you're beating conditions, sir?
And vertical slice talk at on E3 stages.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So we'll see what goes on with the game. I think that anybody who is used to this style of game, Bungie prepped you for it. You know, it's not going to be for the casuals. This is going to be for the hardcore individual who likes this genre of game, who's going to stick around. And of course, we see that with Bungie getting a resurgence with the hardcore, and of course, Destiny 2 or Division 2 coming around the corner. These are a game in that sort of genre. If you were looking to play a looter shooter that has everything put in the package, you don't have to wait on anything. you need to go buy that Handsome Jack collection and go play it over there. Destiny and Anthem and Division 2 are not for you. If you don't have patience to deal with that.
They all learn from King Handsome
Trap.
Go buy that. Wait for the new one to come out. So I've been playing Anthem. I've actually been playing I've been playing Pokemon, the Let's Go, and it's actually been a fight with my son. My son right now, normally he's over here trying to rap it in the mic.
It look like you knocked him out. It look like that fight went down pretty quick.
So I've been kind of like fighting with him and everything, like on who's going to be playing. It's
clearly you won the fight because look at him.
He's laid out over there in the corner.
He's laid
under
out.
the rope.
So, kind of, I know it's kind of like segueing away from what we're talking about with, Anthem and all the new stuff, but it started making me reflect, the Pokemon, the Let's Go, it had a very bad rap. And I actually started thinking about things like as scores. We look at the Kirby game for Nintendo that came out, the Donkey Kong, low scores on these. But here's one thing that I've been noticing. This kid has not been noticing anything as far as a score. He's been having a blast playing these games.
That's all that matters.
All that matters, brother.
So jump into what we're looking at now. We're talking about these scores that are going into these games. Stop looking at the scores and stop basing everything based on a score.
Thank you very much.
What you like is what you like. It doesn't matter what so and so says about a game. If you're enjoying it, enjoy that game, please. So let's stop jumping on the social media, complaining about somebody didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
It's the YouTube era, the clickbait era.
These cats are looking for
It
value.
really is.
It's a mob mentality. So listen, I'm a Destiny fan. I'm used to the slander. You know what I'm saying? I was told not to enjoy my game. There's nothing stopping me from playing that. So at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's like people, I think, look for validation on their purchase. And what happens is if they don't get it from the mob, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel away. It's a lot of anger back and forth and stuff like that. And also on the flip side, people that just, don't like a certain game. Okay, cool. But, you don't have to attack someone that actually is enjoying it. Shout out to the people playing Fallout 76. I see people still enjoying it. Jazz Corden and, my crew and stuff like that. Anchorman and them guys, you know what I'm saying? They still playing it. Like, it's just that people have to understand, it's just not for you. And it's okay. It's okay. But that's what you got, Diz, man.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I played a little bit of Crackdown. I've done that here. Let me tell you this. I'm not going to call. I don't have a light to say fraud alert. About somebody who's missing from the podcast.
Tell me when to stop it.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and put it up right now. He's not here to defend himself, but hopefully he's listening. So I get an invite into Addicts Crackdown. He goes, "Hey man, let's try this co-op." So I jump into this, right? Lo and behold, we're at the end of this. My guy is a low-level guy. I'm getting lit up by everything left and right. So I'm like, I need to go figure something out. So I jump into my arsenal. I grab all of these explosive rounds of, I got nothing but grenade launchers and rocket launchers on me. So we're at the end of this. I had no clue that we're at the very end. I was like, this is the last boss.
Did you too? Like I did death?
Yeah, pretty much. So this man, this man jumps on this platform and his character gets stuck in the platform. Now, here's what's awesome. He can't get hit, but he also can't hit nobody. So here I am, dying like every 3 seconds, having to run out, blow everything up, die again, respawn back in, run back up there. It just became. I'm not going to say he's frauding on this and everything. I just thought it was pretty funny. Like I get drug into this.
That was Addict, right? You said that was Addict, right?
This was Addict, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but he playing on the
I'm not saying that he beat it, but I beat it for him in a sense.
That's why this is out.
Oh no!
This is the second time. This is the second time this has ever happened to me. The first time it's ever happened to me was actually in Borderlands. A friend shot me an invite. I jump into there. They beat Handsome Jack or whatever the last. I didn't even get to see who the last boss was. I jump into there and I get a thing saying that I beat the boss. I'm like, what? What's going on here? So, I just had to throw that in there.
We got to keep the show moving, fellas. It's a long show now.
Let's get to it. Wait. Does Dizzy has an announcement?
No, well, we gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
The host ain't even.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
maybe the host can talk, but
I don't know. I just want y'all to all see us all representing that. What did I do?
Oh yeah, you already know.
Oh, get to the shop, Teespring. Hit that up. Go get that,
sir. And of course, we have the Lord of the Cooperative Experience and Gaming Ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP. Not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Very simple week. I've been very busy on a lot of projects, so not a lot of gaming. I barely touch origami for the Switch. For all you guys who want to get your Tenchu on, want to take it back to the classics, get your true ninja stealth, please pick up origami. It's been on Xbox and PlayStation. Actually, PlayStation for a long time first. Xbox recently got it, and the Switch got the deluxe edition. Really cool. The essence of staying in the shadows, not being seen. Actually penalize you for being in the light. True ninja stuff. Obviously, a little bit of Anthem post day one patch. Lots of improvement, but we already discussed it. We need to get into that. So I'm looking forward to what the roadmap brings for them. So now that we've gotten into what all the Lords have been playing, and Lord Boom has already been given the royal treatment here in the realm, please check ILP 73 for a hilarious episode, one of the best gaming histories ever with Lord Boom.
Thank you, sir.
We're going, we got our drinks together. We're feeling very reflective. So it's time for a little reflection. Iron Lord Podcast, man. Episode 100. This means a ton to us, and all the gaming lords, all the people in the realm would truly support us every Sunday. See y'all in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We really appreciate all the love shown, whether it's the retweets on Twitter, the Patreon support, the t-shirt merch love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I see the crests out there, man. I see them out there. It's just really humbling. You know what I'm saying? To see how loyal you guys are. You know what I mean? And we're not the biggest. You know what I'm saying? We don't got the most views and all that, but you guys have been there from the very beginning. We respect that. And with all that being said, Lord Dizzy's in the building today. He's one of our day ones, one of the very first lords to truly appreciate us back from the very early ILP episodes. It's like me, Addict, shout out to SWAT, shout out to Zero, you know what I'm saying?
The originals, man.
We just trying to figure out what we was doing, man. We didn't even know what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lady Panda. A lot of y'all. I see y'all in the chat. It really feels good. So, shout out to Frodo. Oh my God, there's tons of people, man. Reaper, the whole crew. So, yeah, man. So he had the foresight kind of to see our vision, respect what we're trying to accomplish. So, Lord Dizzy, I've been rambling. I got drinks in my hand, a little nice, but I wanted to give the mic to you. You know what I'm saying? In reference to our special announcement. And maybe some hear ye talk. So, Lord Dizzy, the floor is yours, sir.
We could, yeah. It's definitely been a long time coming. Especially seeing early on and everything. I mean, anybody in the chat who doesn't like coming in here every Sunday. This is probably one of the best events all week long. Whenever you're jumping onto YouTube or you're downloading something from Spotify or Apple iTunes, wherever you listen to it at. Mm-hmm. It's definitely one of those diamonds in the rough, especially in this day in media, where you get something that is real, it's authentic. They speak from the heart.
Yes, sir.
They're experienced. They don't. I had to censor myself. I was that bull. Okay, so they don't give you that bull.
Yes,
and if they're wrong about something, I don't think that I've ever seen something where somebody won't say like, "Yeah, I was wrong about this," and you don't get enough of that because let's be honest, we look at this day in social media. Somebody says that they're wrong about something, and then all of a sudden, I jump to being offended, and I got to jump and defend myself. So. This has definitely been one of those things. And, once upon a time, I ran a gaming blog, a website and everything. I'd like to, my personal shout outs, obviously it goes back, Panda, shout out to Frodo, Reaper with his Metal Gear. Yeah, I'm getting to her. Shout out to Reaper with his, Metal Gear Solid history. There's so many people back in the day that were rocking on this website. Before the websites you're frequenting now, this was what was there. And of course, my compadre, my second half of that with Playback Gaming was Bella Rise.
Sir.
Ended up, shout out to her. And if you didn't know, I believe a child is in store here.
Shout out to the little one, Lady Bella's little one.
So,
congratulations.
Mm-hmm. So what we got Nowadays, the people want to know.
Yeah, well, they sitting here, they on pins and needles. They want to hear what you came here for.
We've been cooking about some stuff and everything, and I'm going to give an early shout out to somebody I was introduced to from Cognito, and his name is Hyde, and Hyde is a very talented individual. And something you want to actually hold on, but I guess before you put that up, let me go ahead and let me tell everybody what school we're going to. Hold on.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, there it is. He put the hat on. The hat is in the building. Make Iron Lords great again.
Okay. So you want to go ahead and throw up a screen real quick as we kind of discuss what we have cooking and what we've been talking about for about 2 months. We've been cooking. Let's go ahead. Let's throw this up there. Let's look at this. All right. So
nice.
We have a special announcement of a new website that you all are going to be able to go and frequent and hear and see and read and get the latest and greatest as far as content on the internet. This is something that we've definitely been working on. You know, we've gotten a lot of feedback, and we've reached out. We actually have some great writers, some people that you probably never heard of, but these individuals are talented. Let me tell you, I've been working on websites and doing articles since 2013, and some of the people that we have now, I'm still blown away that, like, wow, somebody can actually put this art into written format. They paint you a picture that you're able to see, and this is essentially what we're wanting to announce. The next step in the Iron Lords podcast is getting that brand of the LordsOfGaming.net.
Nice. Congratulations on that.
Baby, y'all can log in right now. Check us out, man. Check us out.
Go log in.
Right.
Go check out the site. Put it on a double screen while you look and watch us or listen. Go check it out. And don't forget to hit them likes.
Hit them likes, y'all. A lot of content up there. Like Dizzy was saying, we some tremendous talent. Tremendous talent. I mean, so many people that have contributed. We've got some great editors in the building. One on the two.
Two is on the panel.
You know what I'm saying? But
they let me know how bad my English, the understanding of the English language will not be handled by Lord King himself.
The Lord of the Red Pen.
Like, this dude right here could read an article and say that's the bomb, and then those dudes over there can go look at it and tell me exactly how dumb I am. So shout out to those dudes that understand and have a grasp of the English language, and I will continue to do me.
We will put the links in the description. A lot going on, man. Tremendous team assembled, and we're looking forward to take this next journey with Dizzy. You know, he, like I said, he's been with us from day one, and just to see this transformation. Shout out to Lord Hyde, man. He's really working with us.
Up in the chat.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna throw the link. I'm gonna stop sharing. Throw the link up in the joint. But yeah, man. It really feels good to finally launch this thing for you guys, and just all the hard work kind of paying off. So I'm gonna throw that link up in there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So definitely LordsOfGaming.net.
Nice.
Check us out. You know what I'm saying? And man, looking forward to this journey, man. We ready, man. We ready. We out here, you know.
Let me say something real quick, man. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like I didn't get to say it during my little segment, but what all of this means to me, like episode 100, just being able to be on here with my friends and just talk gaming for 100. I would have never thought any of this was gonna happen, much less that, you know, we're launching a website right now. This is incredible, and I have to give a big shout out to you, Cog, because you, my brother, like I've never seen somebody as motivated to do a singular thing than you.
Thank you, bro.
From the very beginning, you've not taken no for an answer. The moment you got a little taste of what this thing could be, you ran with it, and you've never stopped. And honestly, it's been watching your motivation to do this has motivated me even more. I know it you know, bringing me in, bringing King in. It just honestly, dude, I don't know how much you sleep, how often you sleep.
I don't,
but
me and Boom had this conversation.
Yes, we sure did.
Honestly, man, like I'm so happy to be on this ride with you guys, and to be able to reconnect with my friends, my childhood friends, in a different way now. it's really, really amazing, the work. I bend the knee, brother, because honestly, I've never seen anybody so passionate about one thing than you. And I appreciate the fact that you brought me in on this ride. I appreciate it.
You already know. So this is the Channel 5 evolution, man. Thank y'all.
Bro.
Thank y'all. King, man, you already know you had to be part of it.
Listen, we sat there, we talk, we chop it up every night. We don't sleep, we vampires.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want you to understand how I feel about you, brother. When you said that you wanted me to come, I said, of course, whatever the hell you need. Whatever the hell you need in this lifetime, I'm gonna be there to help you and support you, and whatever the hell you need. And I looked at it and I said, how can I contribute in my way? And at no point in time did you say no. You said, hey man, that's all you got. Like you ain't got any more. Like you got boxing, do your boxing. Hey, okay, cool. You can put that up. Oh, I'm like, oh, okay, I could do that. All right. I'm gonna do my statues. Oh, you can do your statues. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Oh, I could do that. All right. Oh, yo, I got this other joint coming, this arcade joint. Yeah, I can do that. I'm like, yeah. So and the encouragement and the push, because listen, let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna keep this 100%. I was suffering with depression. All right,
a lot of us.
And I've noticed it a lot in this community.
A lot in our community, big time. It's a big.
This is the reason why I don't block people. This is the reason why I answer every tweet. Unless it's disrespectful. If it's disrespectful, I'll tell you out of bounds.
He in the bushes.
You're right. You understand? But
I was waiting all show to hear that. I just want you to know that.
Yeah. Oh no, the bushes is coming in a second. But in doing that, I've learned how to deal with certain things, and speaking with Cognito and this, looking forward to this, hanging out with my friends, because we used to do this on Saturdays.
Facts.
So what we're doing is giving you a peek into our Saturdays.
Facts.
All right, and we have a whole bunch of us. It's more of us.
No, so many of us.
All right,
we're trying to get on camera that is just as entertaining. Oh man,
it's out of control. Sinister is out of control.
Yep.
Valicon is out of control. Mr. High is out of control. Like it's so many. But I gotta share Sovereign sentiment with your drive, your push, your 100% effort has inspired me.
Thank you, brother. To
be better every day. Has inspired me to push forward, to put my best foot forward. If you may notice, and I want you guys to notice, anybody that plays with me offline and y'all are in my chat, you know is Ninja this, MF this. You know every last other word is a curse. And if you are easily offended, brother, do not come inside my chats. This is why I don't stream. All right? That's the only reason why I don't stream, because it will be rated X. Because I say a lot of bad things. All right. So you will get you're gonna get this king, and that's not the king that's over there. But my drive to be better, to not say one curse on this show,
thank you,
all the episodes, is direct result of this man and the respect I have for him. All right, so it's on a subconscious level that it won't come out.
I appreciate y'all, man. We had to keep it back to the
keep it PG, bro. Keep it PG.
we want your kids to be able to listen. So King Addict's not here, but I know he feels the same way. I mean, it really means a lot to hear you guys say that. Yeah, I probably don't sleep as much as I should, but it's just that it's one of those things that when you enjoy doing something, it doesn't feel like work, and you get excited. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, King, it's just more of an extension of how our Saturdays used to be, with all of us in the BX and just linking up, playing games, talking combat talk. Boom, no, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trading games, going to the video game stores and all that stuff. But man, thank you guys. It means a lot. Salute to the chat. Thank you for all the kind words. Thank you for checking out the site. Thank you, Dizzy. Thank you, High. We got some show to do because I'm getting emotional. We gotta get the show going.
just real quick, just kind of like back on that. We're also throwing out a hear ye. If you are somebody who is looking to break into the industry, looking to get your thoughts onto paper, we're looking for more writers. We're looking for more people who are wanting to do the same thing that we enjoy doing. We're looking for news writers. If you just want to report about, like, hey, I really enjoy the trash that is over there at Anthem. Let me report on this. Let me tell you all the updates. Okay, so we're looking for that. So if you are interested, please do not hesitate to reach out to Cog, King, Iron Lords. We got the handle for the website as well. We'll probably get the email out there so that you could send an email if you would rather do it that style. But definitely don't hesitate. We're looking for you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Diz, man. Pleasure to have you on debuting that. Solve will have another announcement at the end of the show, so stay tuned. Solve about to drop some bombs at the end, but let's get this thing going, man. So, we had a poll last week. Last week's polls are in, and the poll people have spoken to the question: with the final release of Crackdown 3 and mostly negative reviews of the game, do you think the Xbox fan base should demand more from Microsoft in terms of game quality moving forward? The winner at 49% of a three-way ILP poll was the yes. The damage control for Xbox exclusives hurt the brand.
Oh man,
coming in at second. Yeah, King, coming for you. Coming in at second place at 38% was the no. Microsoft is already addressing with new studios. Most had no intention of buying Crackdown 3 group. And coming in at last place at 13% of the vote was the I don't care. It's all fun and games until Metacritic rips my favorite game.
Oh, you should have had the last one. You didn't say the percentage for the last one. I should step my TV game up so I can see the game in all its glory.
That's the fourth choice. Your TV. Yo, wait, hold on. Shout out to Lemon, 108 Dragons TV. Yo, happy 100th episode with the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. That's BK in the building, right?
Yeah, yo, Lemon, how you gonna have that party yesterday and you didn't invite the God to come through? I would have came through. I'd have threw these on. I'd have been playing that song with his shades at night. I mean, I got the video, but I got the after. I put a clean up, but didn't get to the invite.
No doubt, man. So shout out to all of those who participated in the poll. We already know what it is. So we're going to get into these topics, y'all. You know what I'm saying? A lot going on in the industry. And let's first start off with an end of an era. Reggie retires. So yeah, man, I already know you're going. So more than 15 years, man. Nintendo of America, nearly 13 years as president. Reggie retires. Last day of Nintendo will be April 15th. And then Doug Bowser, the Bowser era, will start and succeed him. Kind of funny there. You got to laugh at it.
You can't write that stuff, dude.
You cannot write this script, man. Yeah. So Reggie, pretty much, said pretty much that Nintendo was his heart forever. He had like a little video up. I don't know if you saw the Nintendo Twitter. It was really cool. And he's pretty much said it was, it's been a great run. And he has like leaving for his family, his friends, and stuff like that. And we did some background. Shout out to Lord Hogue. We did some background to make sure it wasn't no funny play going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a real retirement, like no one was getting pushed out, none of that kind of stuff based on the structure of how his exit was. So so pretty much, he was been there since 2003. Wow. You know what I mean? 2003, during that era, during the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance era. And man, he's just been a huge presence to not see there. So I want to bring this to the Lords. I want to first get it off with as far as, the impact of Reggie on Nintendo, any memorable Reggie moments that any of the Lords have, and then how do we feel about Reggie and moving forward in transitioning to the Bowser era? And damn, Sin, $10 super chat, happy 100. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Wow.
Yeah, there was also one before that.
Mod Gaming. Oh man, thank you so much. Great podcast and great website. Thank you, sir. LordsofGaming.net. I will keep putting that link in the description. Thank you so much. So I'm going to give it back to the Lords, and I think King and Boom, I'm going to set you guys off first. What do we feel about this? So King, you want to get this so bad. So we're going to do first.
All right, shout out to Kid Spool for the $4.99.
Oh man,
Kid Smooth in the building. Nice.
You're going to like this. Hold on. Shout out to my man Phil Dominus.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Phil Dominus. Another one bites the dust. Another one down. Another one down. Another one bites the dust. Hey, we're gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
This is Phil doing now.
People are running for cover.
Who that? Who that big Phil Dominus in the building? Who that?
That's how Phil had something to do with this.
I told y'all. Okay, it's funny, right? Let's check this out. I want y'all to put the pie together. All right. The pie is being cooked just for you. I told y'all, and Reggie probably was like, "Nah, I don't want None of that Xbox stuff over here on the Switch. To hell to the no. Phil made the freaking calls. He spoke to whoever he was going to speak to. They brought Reggie in the room and said, listen, man, either you get down or you lay down. Either you get down or you lay down.
Let me get this straight. So Reggie resisted.
Reggie resisted and Reggie's out. Bowser said he'll take that. He'll take that.
Bowser said he'll
take that. Bowser said he'll take. Phil is rearranging people's organizations. I'm telling you right now. If you don't understand what Phil is definitely did, and you want to sit there, y'all be like, no. Phil has definitely removed. Where's Sony head at? Off. It's off, and they cut off E3. Oh no, Phil, wow. That's exactly what they said. They said, oh no, Phil, wow, we ain't even going to E3. All right.
So because Bowser's in compliance with the Phil program.
Of course, he's in compliance.
So he's like the emperor, and he says, "Rise, my friend." And he stands up.
Native, hold on, man. Shout out to Native, one of the Lords of the Scribe with the $10 super chat. Much love to the Lords of Gaming, lordsofgaming.net. Best intro in the game, best chemistry, most interactive show on YouTube's Let's Go. And he says Anthem down in the bush. What?
Wow.
On your super chat, fam.
You paid $10 just to tell you.
Man.
Yo,
continue. Any positive Reggie moments?
Listen, I love Reggie to death. He's part of the old oligarch. All right. I love Reggie to death. The new wave, the new movement is they need chat. All right, we need Xbox Live over here. And if you're not down with this, you want to keep on pushing out Mario and thinking it's good. No, it's not good. We gotta have these dudes over here. They got a wave. Yo, they cloud network. We gotta leverage these dudes. You start to see in this moment the transition.
Yes.
You start to see you're really seeing a master strategist in his element. I'm telling you, the force out of Reggie. And listen. Reggie, all of a sudden, you know how what happens? Everything was good, and then Reggie be like, I got to spend time with my family.
It's too fishy for you. Your third eye open.
And then next week, they talking about, GamePass on Switch? Oh, that's not a coincidence, brother. You said that you didn't like where that was going, and they said, well, here is your papers.
Oh, my. Thank God we got Lord Hogue to confirm that there was funny business on Reggie's exit. Thank God. Shout out to Hogue.
Shout out to Hogue. For keeping it PG, for letting these dudes go. I'm shouting out Phil out here slaying your favorite head of your corporation.
Oh my God.
Your pieces around and putting himself in a place. Listen, next up, and y'all said it wouldn't happen when the Game Pass is on that PlayStation 5. And you're sitting there saying, oh man, who did that for you again? Phil Dominus is out here. I know this is a Reggie segment. We're supposed to go back and see how good we feel about. I feel good about Phil.
Oh my God.
I'm still here with Phil.
Boom. Positive.
You know, I gotta be honest with you. I probably should have went first because he just exploded the building, and I'm opening up the door to like just the door frame. It's like, where's the building? Because I don't even know what to say. No, here's the thing. I'm an old school G. I know we talked about that before. And dude, you got to give a shout out right here. That's crazy.
Brad.
I will stop for them.
Basement Radio Arcade Podcast, one of our favorite podcasts.
Thank you,
Happy 100th episode. Keep doing your thing. Much love. Thank you, brother, bro. Enrique, you've always been there from the beginning, man. Thank you so much for that. It means a ton to see you guys in here to support.
Good dudes, man. Great show.
I saw Double Barrel. You did a great special for them, man. Just the way you did it for us. It was good to see. Got them brothers over 1,000 as well. Can't wait, man. Thank you. So, boom, continue. You were saying.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing. They are industry leaders in this, gaming realm that we all hang out in. And, obviously Phil Dominus is who he is, and he's changing Microsoft in a way. And we're going to get into that, how people's feelings are all bunched up. But the thing about Reggie is this, he's a corporate dude. He has been his whole life. But there was something really awesome about Reggie. He wasn't afraid to make fun of himself.
Facts.
He goes out and he makes these commercials, for these Nintendo Tree Live events and these Nintendo Directs. Him working out, him acting a fool, dressing up in costumes, and he was okay with that. And the one thing I have to say is that he loved this brand. This brand was number one for him. He cared about the fans. He talked to the fans. And he's not on Twitter like a Phil or like a Mike Ybarra, which we're going to get into, or like, an Aaron Greenberg. These guys are constantly going back and forth with the community. But he did it in a different way. Every Treehouse event, started or ended with him. Every E3 was something special that he did for the fans, and he put the fans first. The Nintendo crowd is a fickle one, and they want what they want, and they're a lot of them are long time people, like all of us. Like I got my NES when I was 15. You know what I'm saying? I've been a Nintendo head since then, and I still support them. And I really enjoyed Reggie, his vision that he had for the company where it's at. But it is coming to an end on the 15th. Bowser, who is just, like I said, you just can't write this stuff. I mean, Bowser has taken over the building, and it's funny. I know King was making kind of fun of it, where he was basically ushered in and like, listen, this is the way we're going. Well, I don't want. Okay, well, here's your papers. Go sign.
What, Boom? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
I want to know in your position, right? In any walk of life, at work. When your boss comes in and your boss tells you that we're moving in this direction, and if you give any pushback, what happens? You get reassigned, right?
Well, here, I actually got a funny story about that. I was a youth officer for most of my career because I grew up in the projects, and I always wanted to give back to the community in a way, especially to the youth. So that's what I did. And they made a big change. Like normally I did 7:05 by 15:40. Which is like you start at 7, you end by just before 4. And they changed the school hours. They wanted us to start at 9:30. And as much as I loved the position, that just did not work for my home life. So the boss was like, listen, Boom, this is the new schedule. We can't make exceptions for you, even though if you're a dinosaur. And I had massive time on. I had to take the knee and be like, well, you got to send me back to patrol because I just cannot do this. So as invested as I was into this community that I patrolled for so many years, and being a youth officer first before a police officer, I had to move. I had to go back to just being a regular popo, you know what I'm saying? And that's, listen, I don't know if that's what happened, but I have to agree with King. Circumstantial thing. I don't believe in coincidence, and that King doesn't either. He says it almost all the time. He is not a coincidence kind of a dude. He's a numbers guy. He's a realist, and you got to kind of put one and one together and say, hey, listen. The news breaks that Xbox Live and Game Pass are going to Switch, and then almost like the day later, he's retiring. So I don't know. I don't know if it was like, okay, take the blue pill to stay or take the red pill to go home. I don't know, but I can say that it's looking like he had a way that he wanted to go, and Nintendo has a way that they want to go. And you know what? You have to understand something. There is some underlying stuff that I don't know if we're going to talk about. I just want to throw it out there. King, you said something about Xbox, about chat. Do not be surprised if Nintendo moves their online completely over to Xbox Live to get the chat.
Say that for the next time. We got a lot to talk about that over, but that's a great point. Lord Dizzy, what do you feel? First, let's talk about Reggie. Any memorable Reggie moments, and then what do you feel about them going forward in the Bowser era?
Well, I mean, what bad can you really say about Reggie? I think that looking over probably the last decade and a half, he's probably one of the few CEOs of a company or in his position at a company that hasn't had a foot and mouth syndrome, where they say something and they're like, oh, I need to backtrack on this. I need to backtrack. So I think that's probably one thing we probably should at least give and tip our hats to, that he just doesn't, he's not that kind of individual.
Right.
It's it's sad to see him go. And I agree with Boom. You can't make this stuff up when you got a guy coming in and his name is Bowser. The very first Twitter pic you got up is Mario and Luigi tied up in the back.
You know why you got them tied up in the back? Did you see that?
Yes.
Yo,
I mean, it's
hilarious.
It's
Dizzy.
for him.
You know what's funny with that? What you just said, that picture. Remember, I'm a symbolism guy too. All right, and the real Nintendo is tied up in the back while Bowser's in the front. Keep going, sir. I do apologize.
Oh my god!
No, I mean, it's picture perfect and everything, and I mean, yeah, I think that probably things are changing, but I mean, can we also not like take into perspective that Nintendo stocks are at an all-time high.
Yes.
Now's as good of a time to cash out when you're on top. Who wants to cash out on the bottom? You know,
big.
So, I mean, that could also have a lot to play into it. Like, I mean, what more can you really do for the company at this point and everything? So, I think that, and here's also another thing to think about. If you want to be in their position, I think it was at the sales management position. Both of them they held that same position before taking their current position. So, if you want to be in their shoes, that's what you got to aim for at Nintendo, clearly.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Yes, King.
Remember that picture at the Game Awards show? Phil was standing in the middle.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Hey! I told y'all then, go back to that episode. I told y'all then symbolism was crazy, right? He X'd out that dude and he X'd out that dude. And he standing in the middle. Let's go.
Are you saying that it was gold, silver, and bronze?
No, what I'm saying is if it was only one life left, Phil got that, and the rest of those tools.
Oh my Lord Sob, let's get some reasoning and some balance in here, please.
That is why I tune in every Sunday. I just want you to know that comedy. I'd pay money to go see him stand live. I'm just saying.
I love it. Lord Sob, what do we feel?
I told you, only King. He turns himself over to it. Like he is even if he's gonna make you laugh and you don't believe a word that he's saying, his belief in what he's saying is enough.
I had this conversation offline. Shout out to Lord Meds. I don't know if Lord Meds in the chat. Me and Lord Meds were chopping it. He's like, yo, King, man, he's funny, yo, the joke. He's like, yo, he don't be believing. I said, excuse me? I said, don't get it twisted. Y'all be thinking it's joke. King believes what he's talking about. Like, this is not all comedy here, y'all. Like, King thoroughly, and we will get the strong I told you so. If all this pans out to be true. So
you're watching the book unfold. I told you when it was happening, and y'all was like, shut up, fool. And what's happening? What's really going down in these streets? My man Phil out here slaying and saying, I'm just saying though. And he said, see you at E3. Who ain't gonna be at E3 though?
Big third eyes over, but I'm sorry, Sam. Continue.
So so conspiracy theories aside, with Reggie, I mean, what can you say about Reggie? Reggie's best moment to me was his first moment. Came out on stage and he said, my name is Reggie. I'm about kicking ass. I'm about taking names. I'm about making games.
Yep.
And that was it. And then and at that moment, you got to remember that at that moment, he came in at the tail end of the GameCube era. GameCube wasn't selling gangbusters like previous Nintendo consoles. I think the only thing that sold worse before that was probably the Virtual Boy. So they needed a strong face to usher in the Wii era and to be able to sell what the Wii was to a vast majority of people. And he was the ideal person to do that. His stage presence, his love for the brand, which came out in everything that he did, was essential in being able to sell that Wii.
Yes.
And he was indispensable in that whole era of Nintendo moving forward. So yeah, I mean, it's to me, it definitely can be an issue where he's, Nintendo wants to move in a direction that he doesn't necessarily agree with. And it was time to walk away. It does make sense because not everybody's, for a guy who's been so focused on making sure the identity of Nintendo is maintained and is solidified. And when you think about Nintendo, you think about specific things. You think about first party. You think about unique hardware. You think about all of these things that Microsoft has said and Sony has said is changing and evolving. Maybe his voice at this point in time isn't what they need.
Let me jump in because y'all third eye is a little too.
But love Reggie, man. Love Reggie.
Y'all third eye is crazy. But
you know what? The first thing to do to dismiss a man is to call him crazy. But in everything that I have told you, it has been factual.
Oh, wow.
So I just want y'all to keep watching because you know what it is. Everybody says, you're a Microsoft fanboy. All right. I'm not a Microsoft fanboy. I'm just watching a master strategist work. Like I've seen him fly into Pachinki with nothing. This guy has got a pistol. Yeah, he got a pistol and he went to work. Listen, the level of shambles that Microsoft was in.
Yes, speak on it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You got to look at it, right? You got to look at all these other companies, except for Sony. Sony was at the part of bankruptcy when that happened, and then they ride in the skyrocket to the moon. All right. Now, in doing the ride in the skyrocket to the moon, they gave Phil this thing. Now it turned into a dirty little project. It was like, yeah, if you can resurrect it, it's on you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, old school style coming for you. He said Phil is doing if you can't beat them, buy them plan.
yeah. And you know what? That's what happens when you got deep pockets. That's what you're supposed to do. You play to your strengths. I'm gonna tell you what a master strategist does. A master strategist will do the symbolisms. I told you who was next up. When he took the picture, he made sure he was in the middle. If you look at the video, when he walked, he looked at his spot. And when he stepped on it with confidence. Look over to the left and to the right. And you next and you next too.
Wait, hold
on.
Lord Viper Strike. Wow. LG, bro. Yo, congratulations on 100 episodes. Here's to 100 more with the $25 super chat. Oh, man, I got a drink for that one. Woo! Thank you.
I'm going to tell you, we have the best chat. We have the best chat.
I'm going to tell y'all right now. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just love y'all, man. Y'all bring it. I love interacting with y'all. Let me jump in because I got
y'all gonna call me crazy, but then when I'm right, y'all gonna be like, "Oh, he was right."
Salute the
King. I'll back you up, bro. Don't worry about it. I'll come back on.
Oh, Dirty D82 from Cali with the $20 super chat. A toast to the greatest gaming podcast online today. No offense, Boom.
I got you, brother. Nah, that's all right, dude. It's cool.
Family to the first 100 and the next 1,000 episode.
Thank you for that.
From the frozen north of Yellowknife, NT, Canada. Yo, salute my Canadian brothers.
That's great. Thank you.
Woo! Yo,
you guys deserve all of this and 10 times more. Listen, like I said, it's funny. This 100 episode for you guys is a big deal for me being here because you and the Brat podcast are two of the first ones I started listening to when I realized there was a voice on YouTube. So to see you guys blow up the way you guys have and to help you, get there and to be on this 100 episode, mad props.
Couldn't have shared with another better person, better human being like you, Boom. You've always been a supporter. Man, it feels good. It's just really good. Like I said, sometimes we're not the biggest, but I feel
don't have to be
the most love.
Yeah,
and most respect, and that means everything, man. So I'm just gonna get into my spiel real quick. Shout out to Lord Reggie going out on top. I remember him, he burst onto the scene, like Saul said, this energetic, aggressive new direction for Nintendo of America. They used to, remember Saul, he used to low-key take shots at the competition.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, there were times, when they'd ask him in interviews, they're like, so what's this about you not having a 3DS yet? What's wrong with you? Like that.
He was mad funny to me. You know what I'm saying? So he's always hilarious. And then, you could tell that man loved his job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, funny Reggie story real quick was getting a chance to actually meet him at last year's E3. Mm-hmm. So I went saw Sam Tolbert, myself, we was waiting to get to a media meeting. I think it was Remedy's game, Control, the new one. So he's going to do a little behind the scenes with that. So then, boom, we just see these division security agents start to roll in. and like they like surrounded Reggie in formation as he came through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh wow, that's Reggie. So I'll tap Sam like, yo, Reggie's in the building, kind of thing. So he came over. You know what I'm saying? Yo, first of all, true story. Yo, Reggie is tall, y'all.
Yeah, he's tall glass of water, that dude. Yeah.
He's not a small dude, you know what I'm saying? Much bigger than I expected in real life. Shook my hand, real gentleman like on the introductions. Salute to the security for not shooting me on sight when I pulled up. You know I ain't gonna get hit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like yo, salute to him. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, you know, he goes out on top, whether or not the reasoning, I don't know about all that. But at the end of the day, look, man, you know, it's crazy resume. And then now we got to see about this Doug Bowser, right? You know, his resume sounds cool.
Yeah.
You know, he was sales and marketing, from my understand, on the Switch. So
Yes.
I think it's very important, because at the end of the day, like, one of the key factors for me selling me a Switch was this, seeing that initial Nintendo commercial. If y'all remember it, y'all, it was so well done, explaining the functionality. You had the guy playing, you know, Zelda, he's playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
He literally grabs it, takes it out the thing, he jumps on the plane, and I sat there and I'm like, yo, that's me. I'm always traveling. I'm always on the road. I'm always going somewhere. And then to see him bust it out, he opened up the plane, you know, thing, and he's gaming, got off the plane, continued. Now I don't know about the rooftop party now.
No, that joint right there.
Nobody playing, stopping a full court game of basketball and got on the floor playing. I appreciate the sentiment, what you were trying to do. But now shout out to him. You know, he seems like he's got it together, and shows the potential of the system and how great it could be. So
and it also helps that he's a Microsoft apologist.
Oh my god. So anyway, that's
we have a sympathizer in the building.
That's all I got on what you call on this whole transition. But we got a lot of subjects to get into. I'm going to start off with Lord Addict's topic. And hopefully get in soon, man. I know you really want to do this. So we got some major news, y'all. Xbox Game Pass and possibly the app to Switch. We're hearing all types of rumors about games coming, possibly Ori, Cuphead, like just all type of stuff. Just rumors just coming out. So initially a source, I believe, is from Direct Feed Games.
Yes.
And they pretty much have a real good track record with the rumors. And they pretty much says that Microsoft is looking to not only publish games of their catalog to the Switch, they're looking to get the Xbox Game Pass entire library through the magic of streaming and possibly xCloud. And then so this could even mean that natively games that the Switch couldn't even handle, like a Gears 5 and a Halo or whatever, you know, could be done over, you know, the internet. So this is really interesting, really powerful stuff. You know, we've heard the rumbling for a while, you know what I'm saying? So I want to bring this to the round table. Let's start off with Boom. You know, with all of this news coming out, you know, as far as Switch and Microsoft and having that app and stuff like that, what do you feel about this? I know you've been in the crossfire.
Yes, yeah. You know what? Let me just say this. First of all, if you do not want to get run, hold on, I'll let you go. No, just speak on it, because that's ridiculous.
Yo, Sammy Prescott, my brother, $25 super chat. Congratulations on the 100th episode. I look forward to this podcast and insight every Sunday. ILP interaction on Twitter, Discord, and now the website. Keep growing the realm. See you, Lords, at E3. Oh, if you're gonna be at E3, Sammy Prescott, thank you, bro. Yo, we will definitely link up, brother.
Patreon supporter. Thank you so much.
Yeah, one of our Patreon.
Boom is gonna be in the building with the Lords too.
Oh man, that's right. That's the big announcement coming.
Yeah, we all on the same flying chariot.
Yeah, that's the big one. But you know what? You know what? Real quick, let me just start it out there, because and I had said I was going to make a big announcement, and you know, being a gaming as long as I have, you know, you have things that you've done and things that you've never done, and I have personally never been to E3. It's always seemed out of reach. It's always seemed like a daunting experience I would not know how to do. So after our episode, I believe you said it was 75, was it, that I was on?
73. You were on
73. Okay. You know, I started talking and you know, and when I let the cat out of the bag that we were all in the same hood, so to speak. We just never really met in real life. And if we did, we didn't know. I started, the numbers started passing, and I started talking with Cognito. And he said, "Yo, would you like to go to E3 with us?" And I'm like, I didn't even know that was possible. So so the big announcement is the channel, my YouTube channel, is being moved up to another level. I'm going to be doing a lot of live from E3 reporting. I will be reporting live from the show floor, E3 2019. Yes, I am also in the compound with the Iron Lords. We're going to be doing stuff live together. It is going to be, the plane ticket is paid, the E3 ticket is paid, the location is almost paid for in full. Now I'm just starting to put some money away for some spending money when I get down there.
Get the chips up.
Yeah, this is like I said, I have to, first of all, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be on episode 100. One, I have to congratulate you on just a magnificent achievement. Like I said, guys, I've been listening to you for the longest time, and I actually got turned on, put on to you by my brother who's in the chat, Neo Mental. Yes, and you know what? When you say Mr. Lee, he gets a little sore because Mr. Lee kind of robbed him a few times. But we won't talk about that. But yeah, it's a big deal for me to be on this show to announce that I am in fact going to be at E3. A lot of circles I run in. There are a lot of guys that have been doing this 3, 4, 5 years longer than I have never been to E3. So you guys laid the groundwork for me. You kind of just said, okay, follow this path, Boom, and we'll get you to E3. In fact, our DM is called E3 with Boom. Yep. And your direction and your tutelage, if you will, is going to get me to my first E3. I'm 40. Yeah, I'll be 49 this year, and this is on the bucket list. And thanks to the Iron Lords, I will be there with them. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming for the channel that I've never, E3 happens and I go on, I do a podcast. Well, this time I'm going to have a GoPro and I'm going to be doing it live from the floor. So yeah, so thank you guys for that, and that's the big announcement. And let's hope that I can just provide the quality content that people come to know and love and expect. And that's why we were joking when I first came on this morning, but pregame, I wrote. This is actually my 6th live show in 5 days, and I wrote for 4 shows. And I got to be honest with you, I've actually had insomnia for like 3 days because when you write that much, each show has to be different. So it's just a big shout out to you guys. And, real quick, just throw that. You got another super chat over there. Give them a big shout out.
Loaded Pixels, a.k.a. Cobera. Let me give y'all some context.
Yeah.
That is an original Lord.
Yeah,
that is a Lord from the BX borough that used to be part of the clique.
Channel 5.
Also, boy, he might not like I'll put his business out. Also, a fellow X-Man in blue. We'll go in there another story. But he's down to tell you, down with your team. But he says, "Yo, your podcast is okay. I get
it." Say what we missing, Marco? We missing you, right, baby?
Yeah,
tell us about it. Yeah,
tell him, haha. Keep up the good work. Happy 100. Yo, let me tell you right now, that man in Tekken has the best Yoshimitsu I've ever.
Yeah, facts.
That man right there. Go ahead.
The king of the turtle. The king of the turtle.
The king of the turtle. The king of the uppercut. Down
that uppercut.
And the master, one of the masters, along with Lord Sinister, one of the masters of P-Jack. Remember, he used to wear the outfit with the army fatigue hat. With the army fatigue on. That was Marco's joint right there. Cole, what's up, baby, man? Good to see you, brother. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, yeah, but I'll get to the thing, and I'll keep it short because I'm sorry I jumped in with the announcement, but here's the thing. I want to agree with King on a lot of things that he says. If you don't want to accept it, get out of the way or get run over. Because that is what's happening in the digital era. Phil Dominus Spencer has said numerous times that his goal has been to reach 2 billion gamers. And you're just not going to sell 2 billion Xboxes. And quite frankly, he doesn't want to sell 2 billion Xboxes. And people just don't get that. The hardcore, the guys in the chat, the guys on this panel, especially King, will have the next $500 or $600 Xbox. They're not going to have a problem selling it. They came. There's a second one with no disk drive that's going to be probably $300. That's going to be cheaper than the PS5, and that's going to be moving like crazy. And you know why that is? Because they're going to have the games. But in regards to Nintendo, you have to understand something. Nintendo is in a position where both Microsoft needs Nintendo and Nintendo needs Microsoft. And you say, well, boom, you crazy. What are you talking about? They're both doing good. Well, Sony is 100 million seller. We know that already, right? But their infrastructure is behind. They are not. They're better than Nintendo, but they're not better than Microsoft. So Nintendo sees this. Listen, we've been hearing since last E3 that there's a new Switch coming. Do not be surprised that the Switch is going to be as powerful as an Xbox One, maybe even an X. And why would you want to do that? Because you're going to be able to play all your Xbox games on your Switch on the go.
Wow, this is, the love today is insane. Like, wow, Shroom Kingdom, man, got to go. But wanted to say congrats on 100. You guys bring great insight, character, and integrity to the gaming world. We'll tune in again tomorrow. Thank you, Shroom, especially the integrity comment. I meant Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Continue, Boom.
So that's really about it. I mean, I think that we're seeing a transition in gaming, and Microsoft and Phil Spencer are at the forefront of change.
Right.
That's it. Listen, it's going to be. They've been working. Look. We've heard this since last E3, guys, and you guys talked about it. We thought it was going to be something simple like Banjo-Kazooie going to Smash, and that's eventually still going to happen from sources that I have talked to. But this deal, this so-called love affair that's been on the down low, the secret, the mistress, that is now it's out. Now it's out in the open. So Microsoft just says, yes, that's my girl right there, and we doing it raw.
Yo,
wow. Shout out to All or Nothing. Thank you for ringing the bell right there. That was awesome right there. You came in right on time.
The bell right on. Man. It's my destiny, brother. The Iron Lords and Mr. Boomstick have helped myself and the Brat podcast become even bigger. I look forward to all the info you can bring from E3. Hope to be there next year with you. Yo, brother, you got to come, bro.
Yes.
Got to come, man. It's a movie. El Boogie's in the building. El Boogie said, raw though? Why it gotta be raw though?
I was like, hold up.
Yo, what was crazy is I heard ODB in the background. Ooh, baby. I'm like, yo,
to demonetize.
So like piggybacking off of Boom. Oh man, Kid Smooth, man.
Come on,
I
want to do content for the site. You don't gotta pay for that, man.
listen. Kid Smooth want his word heard. That's right, Kid Smooth. Content for the site. Thank you so much.
Referential treatment. Thank you, my brother.
Excuse me. They just like they throwing it at a strip club. I'm like, hey.
As he said, we're looking for writers. You know what I'm saying? So again, the more the merrier. Please reach out to Dizzy and myself after the show. Yes, definitely, Kid Smooth. If you want to do, more crackdown reviews, let us know.
Here's the thing with Smooth. Smooth, we've had this conversation before.
Man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on. The grass is greener over here.
Ooh. Hey. So this Game Pass on the Switch, I told y'all. Remember that? I want y'all to go back. I told y'all. I said it's gonna happen. I said Phil out here moving, right? So when Phil got up there, he said he wanted it all over the place. Y'all thought it was a joke. Y'all thought it was a game. Y'all thought it was a cookies, right? But it's candy because it tastes good. He's gonna give you a sweet tooth. You're gonna love it. You can't get off of it. All right, your Candida gonna kick in. You're gonna need it every day. Your Switch box, that's what the new box is gonna be called, Switch box. All right, so your Switch box is gonna have Game Pass on it. All right, and every Switch gonna come with that live. Now think about it this way. I want y'all to understand. Right now, this is forward thinking. You can't have Game Pass on a Switch without having Xbox Live because a lot of those games is tied with Xbox Live. So. This is what I said before. When they fundamentally break down Xbox games with gold, roll that up into Game Pass because they want Game Pass to be at the forefront.
Right.
And Xbox Live is baked in to the Game Pass. So when you purchase one thing, PC, cell phone, Switch, PlayStation, wherever you game at with Game Pass, you're going to log in. You're going to be able to talk to your peoples on your headset or whatever and go in the group chat and everything is there. Nintendo need that more than anything.
Hold on.
Shout out to Kid Smooth.
Phil Spencer. Super chat. Kill Phil Spencer. Infiltrating PlayStation Nintendo from within.
Wow.
Yo, 11 again with the file. He said, I'm coming to invade y'all kingdom at E3 2019.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
They're not ready. Big facts. Okay. You already know you coming through. We're gonna do that.
So all the vehicles gonna be parked out there, the Maseratis and stuff. I know, Lemon. I know. Yo, we're gonna do E3 so big and so crazy this year, God willing. We get there. It is the plans for it is for y'all guys. If anybody got to work, you got to work that week. Tune in. We're gonna bring it back to you. So any information on that Switch on GamePass, the Switch, that part, it really didn't shock me. I was just waiting for the announcement.
Right.
What shocked me was the Reggie retirement, and then I looked at it as Reggie's a real dude. All right. Now this is all due respect to Reggie. Reggie's a real dude.
We go into slander.
No, it's no slander. There's no slander at all. This is absolutely zero slander. Reggie understands. He comes from a DNA where this is us versus them. When Reggie stepped on that stage, like Sovereign said, he said, "My name is Reggie. I'm here to kick butt and make games." Right? That doesn't sound like a dude that's trying to be buddies with you. All right? That doesn't sound like a man that wants to sit there and walk hand in hand down the street. I don't care what you got. We got this. So keep your behind over there. That sounds like that dude.
I want to cut you on one point because I will say this, that I forgot. There's a point I wanted to make in reference to Reggie that I actually forgot. That I'm not going to say leads to your theory, but it is something I have to be truthful, which is, we forget that, Nintendo of America, that's the subsidiary, right? Like Japanese, is who he has to
answer to.
And at the end of the day, like being an international subsidiary head is not easy because at the end of the day, as strong as he may feel about something, he's got to answer to the heads. And if the heads in Japan do not want something, they want it to go a specific way, at the end of the day, in theory, he's going to have to bend the knee to whatever the bigger picture, because again, they're an international subsidiary. So I just want to put that in. So
if you look at the way the Japanese market has moved more towards mobile, more towards like getting Nintendo stuff on mobile was a Japanese led initiative. Wow. So that just the thinking to me, I think at the top has changed, and like I said before, it may not line up with what he feels.
Absolutely. Let me shout out with the Kernice Pulliam with the $5 super chat. Congrats on the big 100. You guys make my Sunday. Wow.
Thank you.
It's a 100 plus more. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Kernice, thank you so much. Actually, that comment really resonated with me. Thank you so much that we make y'all Sunday. We enjoy it, man. So King, finish. I'm gonna get you out.
Yeah, and then all right. So all right. So doesn't this sound like this? Like, listen, because I've been around a lot of people, and I have a couple of guys that won't purchase another system because of their loyalty to the system that they have. I mean, I don't get the rationale, but I respect their decision, right? Because I'm a gamer, so I'm gonna play anywhere. I'm nasty like that. It doesn't matter. But they won't. They don't care what God of War did. They don't care what Spider-Man did. They don't care if that market lead. They don't care. They Microsoft to the death. And I got Sony friends that are Sony to the death. They don't care what Microsoft says.
Yeah.
So who's to say Reggie didn't say, nah, putting GamePass on who? Not on my watch. But then, they
could it be King that he just wanted to retire?
No, it can't be that easy, and it's not that simple. We live in a world of shades of colors. Everything is not black and white. So shades of color. I can see a man of Reggie's integrity saying, "Not on my watch. You will not put that. You will not pin that on my back. You can pin that on Bowser. Bowser can come in, and Bowser can tell you what the new stuff gonna be. But on my watch, I brought this to this situation. I'll see y'all later. Because y'all wilding.
You don't hear the fraud alert?
You know what's crazy? You know what that is? You know what that is? That's all the heads of those companies going to the hospital because Phil and slayed them.
Oh my God. Lord Busy. What do you feel about all these?
That's a lot of. Oh my gosh, I feel like a lot of shade towards Reggie.
Oh
Anyway,
my God,
could it not be? Hey, can we not look at it in this perspective?
Go ahead.
Right.
What if Reggie was helping orchestrate this before he was leaving?
Yeah, what if Reggie was down with it?
Reggie ain't down with that.
Hear me out. And hear me out. No. Listen. Because if you're a man about money, he has a job. He wants to make profits. Okay. So all of this. To me, I don't see this as a move because of this console war. Let's put this into a different perspective. Let's step back for a second, because the first thing that we're going to have to be looking at is March 19th. What is Google doing?
Right.
Okay, so Nintendo's not dumb. They know that they need to make certain moves. Okay, they don't have the current infrastructure. Okay. Who else is rumored to be stepping into the fray? There's a big company that begins with an A, ends with an N. They're also rumored to be.
Trying to get a piece.
So they have an infrastructure. Google has an infrastructure, and we look at where is gaming moving? So I think that this is less of a move about what this current console war. This current console war is nothing. If for what is about to happen, if these other two do get involved, and let's also not forget, we're talking about Sony and Japan and Sony has this. No, Sony's not king of Asia over there. There is a country that just lifted the gaming market for them to be able to start outsourcing in China. There's a lot of companies over there that they have the infrastructures that Google and Amazon have. So they're also going to be getting into this fray once they're going to start being able to market outwards towards other countries. So Nintendo's doing something smart. Like, hey, we need this. We need this in order for this to really survive in this kind of climate, because you can game mobilely on your phone. Regardless of the quality of the game that you're putting out there. So I think that this is probably one of the smartest moves that Nintendo could be making, and I think that it's pretty smart for Microsoft as well.
Absolutely.
If you could put this stuff on there, look, Xbox is not.
He's a delight with the slander. He said Microsoft surrendered.
Wow.
Wait,
Death.
And Lord
Death.
We're gonna get the taser, but Death comes up first. This is one of our day one. Salute, Lords. Happy 100th. Proud supporter. Shout out to everyone in the realm. Love y'all as friends. Can't wait to get to meet you. Shout out to Lord and Savior Phil. ECSO is my game. I thought XCOM was a game. You're supposed to be my XCOM brother, man. But I know you're
he on that.
You're gonna be on games. I already know.
Shout out to that carry. Thank you for the $10 for me carrying through Crackdown. Shout out to that.
Continue this. So Taser Delight says there's Microsoft surrendered. They bent the knee.
But here's this is the problem when you're thinking about modern console wars. You got to stop thinking about this plastic versus plastic, because Xbox is not the brand in that plastic box. That is just the way that you are playing your current games on that system. Xbox is Xbox Live. You got to start thinking of it that way. So PlayStation, you got to stop thinking of it as this isn't the PS4. This isn't the PS5. It's the PlayStation Network. That's what you got to start thinking about.
Sean Layden already told that too.
Sean said the same thing. Yeah, that's funny. He said that. Continue this. I'm sorry.
So, no. I mean that's what it is. Nintendo has to pick what is going to put them in a better position. Right now, I mean, what's better than Microsoft, who already has their hand in the pot and has that infrastructure?
All those servers, as our service.
Absolutely. Let's get Solve in here. Solve, man. The news is breaking. It's like Boom said, it's a crazy time right now, right? It's all this shift going on, the things that gamers are not used to. So what do you feel? Are you surprised? Are you not surprised? Like, where are you at with all this rumor? Again, this is all rumors, right?
Yeah.
In reference to the Xbox Game Pass coming to the Switch, possibly IPs as well. Where you at with this, Solve?
Okay, so last thing on Reggie. We'll know we'll have a better idea of Reggie's motivations for leaving if his retirement is true and he really does stay retired.
Hold on, wait 1 second.
If
rather Johan Zell, because he says Soldier Boy is in it on it. Yo, did y'all see
y'all ridiculous. Y'all ridiculous. Soldier Boy, he tweeted out, I got him. Yeah.
I was done with that. I just had to know that I am sad. Yo, shout out to Johan Zell, you stupid. You just made me think about that. Continue, Sal, on your
so if Reggie does stay retired, right, then it was just his time and he wanted to go. If Reggie pops up somewhere else in 5 months, 6 months, whatever, then yeah, I'm inclined to believe that it was a clashing of ideologies. That
you're willing to concede that the king was right.
Of course. Now, in terms of the Game Pass coming to Switch, I told y'all so.
Nostradamus was first.
And the thing is, and I'm probably even getting a little bit of my prediction correct. And when it came to my prediction that Microsoft wanted a mobile platform, a true mobile platform, my thinking was that it was going to be a Microsoft branded one. As it turns out, it's probably going to be a Nintendo branded mobile platform. But it makes once the announcement came through that Live was going there, it was just a foregone conclusion that Game Pass would be there at some point.
Shout out to JD Gamer,
man. Wow.
With the 100th episode, you guys are the truth, and y'all putting the frauds in the bushes. The only reason why I read that, because I'm leader of the fraud police, and I'm throwing dudes in the bushes.
Yes, you are.
That's the only reason why I read that. I didn't mean to usurp Cognito, but JD, oh man, thank you. I do appreciate everything.
Continue. Oh, no, Cog wants us to be reading these. He's tired of only being the one to read them.
I almost missed one if it wasn't for you guys and boom. We get good to
So I mean, it was a foregone conclusion, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. You got to see what Nintendo has been trying to do in Japan. You saw with Resident Evil 7 them streaming that over there. You saw with I believe it was AC Odyssey as well. They would try to stream it in Japan locally, right? So these are things that these are ideas that have been percolating for quite some time. This is something that they want to do, and not just domestically in Japan. So, like Dizzy said, who is in the best position and who is basically in bed with them already? Microsoft, to be able to deliver on that, right? And there will be certain, I know they specified that certain IP will be probably offered as actual downloads in the eShop, already being one of them. Games that the Switch can actually run, right? And everything else that it can't run, xCloud. I mean, what all of this says to me about xCloud is that all of this confidence they have in this is not hyperbole.
That's funny you say that, because like you said, so for them to be going this hard at wanting to put it on, oh man, wow,
Native, thank you, brother.
Izzy's replacing Attic like Phil's replacing.
Attic, you better hurry up, get that power on.
Hashtag getting Boomer E3. Hashtag Oya making its comeback.
Oh my goodness, man.
Native, man. Yo, first of all, shout out to Native. He's also one of our. He's on the Scribe. He's a Lord Scribe himself.
Yeah, he's a good writer, dude. I read some of his stuff. He's a good writer. Yeah.
Article is tremendous. He's also on lordsofgaming.net. Proud brother in the realm. Thank you, sir. But yeah, back to your point, Soft. I agree, because for them to have that much confidence to be able to put it on a Switch, they got to be really sure about this tech, at least in my opinion. But guys,
I mean, the moment you have, when the rumors come out and you start having publications like Game Informer start vetting these rumors, it's essentially the truth already at that point. Right? Some of these other sites, I'm not discounting anybody's ability to put up good information, but like, just mainstream media, gaming media sites, when you have a Game Informer talking about something like this, they're not going to talk about this unless they're pretty damn sure it's a reality in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
To me, I'm so excited just to see what this xCloud does. As I said before, I'm putting the word out, guys. Make sure that ILP is in that beta, please.
I need to get in that beta. Yeah,
you need to get in that beta.
Absolutely.
Because the thing about it is, again, 5G isn't quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. But if they're confident enough to
hold on, King. Samsung Galaxy S10 this year, 5G. Correct?
Yo, listen.
Oh,
listen,
really?
So,
Yeah, okay.
So listen, there's also another a 5G phone out right now in the test market. I'm not gonna promote them because I don't use that brand. But there's one out right now. It's a folding phone and it's 5G. But the capabilities is not there. It's like when they put fiber optics in your neighborhood, but the fiber optics wasn't really running yet. But then when it got up and you saw Verizon Fios moving, and you was like, "Whoa, what the hell?" That's exactly what's going to happen. So that 5G is coming. I don't know if Cognito's going to wait on the Galaxy S10 because usually when I'm going to Cali, I usually have the new phone. This year, because I have a Galaxy, what is it called? Galaxy Infinite. And it's a package that they offered before. Every new phone that come out, they send you a survey. Which phone do you want? I didn't want the Note. And I said no to all the S10s that they had available now. You don't have to give back in your phone. You just keep your phone and sell it, whatever. So I want the 5G. I was telling Cognito that, and the specs on the 5G Galaxy is S10 is ridiculous. So that leads to Sovereign's point that infrastructure is coming, and they're not going to launch that phone until it's absolutely ready. Sorry.
I agree. Continue, Sav.
Yeah, so like I said, like it's not quite there yet. The beginnings of it are coming, right? And by the time this next console generation launches, which we're assuming is 2020, I think it's gonna be so embedded in the public consciousness. Every year we talk about those buzzwords, HDR, whatever that comes out of tech. 5G is gonna be 2020's buzzword, one of the big ones. And the fact that gaming is gonna be at the forefront of that, and Microsoft ready to launch xCloud. Again, it's one of those things that you don't believe until they cannot come out with this and it be subpar. So you have to believe that it's really, really something that works. And that's what has me excited about this. And the fact that Nintendo's in bed with it, forget it, man.
Oh, you already know. Yo, shout out to Lord BG, Weapon Wheel Podcast in the building for our 100th.
Oh, my man. BG was good, baby.
Man, shout out to Weapon Wheel, man. You guys been killing for a long time. Yeah, man. Sav, I'm with you, bro. I mean, look, I'm like King. You know, all this is no surprise to me, man. I mean, maybe the console warriors have died and breathed their last breath.
No,
after this news regarding exclusives, but it's just antiquated fanboy logic. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like Phil told y'all last year, every device. He's not lying. You know what I'm saying? This is just an extension of the vision. So I remain consistent, like Saw, on this from the moment Project xCloud was announced. 2 billion gamers is the goal. Just like Boom said, this is how you do it. TVs, phones, tablets, PCs, and hello, let's add Switch to the equation.
He don't give a damn if it's on your toaster.
You don't care. Feelings, you know what I'm saying?
Your Samsung refrigerator.
That's right.
I gotta stop. Shout out Slow Mo with the back slap. That's my tool right there. With the $5 super chat. Congrats, Iron Wars, on the 100th episode and website debut. All respect to you guys and your continued set. He said also the Division is the greatest of all looter shooters.
Yes,
Slow-mo for being petty with the Division.
I see you when it drops, Slow-mo. That's right. Me, you, and Boom is gonna be in that room.
Bend the knee. I'm with you on Division this year. Division 2. I'm in there, man, brother. So me, Boom, Neo Mental, all y'all. My man Clowns, Italian Clowns. I know he's Division heavy. You know, Monkey. You know what I'm saying? We got
Bam.
King Bear. Oh yeah, man.
Shout out, gonna be crazy.
Andy Mack. We was getting to do.
And you saw the clan stuff they put up, right?
Was but anyway, let me get into the topic. But yeah, man, that's how you do it, man. So I personally saw, I can't wait to use my stream on my
and then the Sony fans that are really holding on to hope that that Sony's going to be in that walled off garden moving forward. It's not happening. Sean Layden told you it's not happening.
Yep, he already said it.
So what's funny is the same rude awakening is going to happen for a lot of people who are, again, antiquated fanboy logic. Those days are over. This is business, y'all. At the end of the day. So anyway, like I said, I can't wait to get my Switch, stream on my GamePass games.
Yo, I had an epiphany.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We know Switch don't have the power to handle that on the go.
No, I had an epiphany right now, right? And what if the onslaught of Google and Amazon is forcing the major three to work together.
Have to.
It has to be.
To
Because
survive. To survive.
people have to
Wouldn't be
respect. Like you
surprised.
said, Google is a major player. What'd you say, Dizzy? I heard you chirping.
I said I wouldn't be surprised. You know, that's actually another point that I would actually point out, because I just can't see Sony wanting to work with one of the companies over there in China. You know, as good as their infrastructure could be, I mean, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if you start to see the same thing also happen. You know, with Sony with one of the others. I could see them linking up with Google. I could see them linking up with Amazon. You know, kind of kicking back. You know, also looking at Microsoft. Whenever they were buying a lot of studios, and everybody's like, oh, they're doing it because, they're getting kicked in the ground by Sony and Nintendo. No, they were buying these studios because they don't want Google and Amazon to get a hold of them first. They already took Twisted Pixel from them.
Yeah.
They were the first ones they were working on. I believe it was Twisted Pixel that was working on, was it Killer Instinct?
Yeah.
And got bought out by Amazon. So... Yeah. It's better than
it was Iron Studio. It was Iron
Galaxy.
Twisted Pixel, was it Twisted Pixel that took over?
Yeah, that's what took.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
We got
We got two of them.
We got two. Shout out to One Bad Mother. Love the name with the $10 super chat. You guys are excellent. If you aren't mainstream yet, you need to be. Thank you, brother. That means a lot. Shout out to Philly Eagle. That's my dude. He be on the last word a lot. I was seeing it when me and he bonded. He said, plastic loyalty is stupid. Internet of branding is to be global. If you don't accept that, might as well stop gaming. Laugh out loud. Xbox brand trying to be global. Shout out to dropping the knowledge. Continue, Dizzy.
No, that's just kind of like where that is like. There's a lot of moves that are being played. You gotta play your moves properly on the chessboard to know what your next move is going to be. And I think that Nintendo's doing it. I think Microsoft's doing it. I think Sony's just trying to figure out what way they need to move theirs. Do they stay by themselves? Do they press with the PlayStation Network?
You know what I was saying?
Partner with one of them.
You know what I would say, Dizzy, and I'm going to say this to that point that I don't believe Sony would either partner with Google or Amazon or any other streaming company for this one fact. They were the other dude. Remember, they was a side chick for Nintendo, and in that process, they realized when you give something power, what happens. And Nintendo gave Sony power. Had Nintendo worked with Sony, that wouldn't happen. But they decided to shun them and go with Philips. And then what happened? They gave them power. They gave them light. They gave them that avenue in. They're not going to give anybody any info because it was built up to the point they showed them. They gave them the roadmap on how to build and how to get in. They're not going to do that to Google or Amazon. Google and Amazon are global icons that will destroy. They will eat and destroy. So
he said he thinks Sony was pairing with Verizon for game streaming.
That might happen. But I honestly think, and this is my humble opinion, right? And it means nothing, all right? But this is my humble opinion that these three understand that sometimes you must work together with against a common foe.
You know what this sounds like? Literally, this sounds like an episode of Game of
Thrones.
I was really thinking that myself.
Like Google is the White Walkers.
Right? They're
like,
coming.
Nintendo's in this kingdom, Microsoft's in this kingdom. Sony's kind of like the Lannisters, a little resistant. They don't want to join, right, Dizzy? They don't want to join just yet. They don't, they want to see what happens. But already, you know what I'm saying? You already got, the Khaleesi and her people. That's like I say, that's Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft or whatever. You got that as Jon Snow. And they already working together. Jon Snow and Khaleesi's already working together. They know what must be done for the White Walkers.
Listen, the terrible thing for us as gamers is this. I don't care what you guys say, right? And I'm talking to the outside guys. When Microsoft and Nintendo battles, or when Sony and Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo they battle, that's infighting. That's in the yard. You ever fought on your neighborhood, on your block, in your project? You fought. But if people from the other project came to your project, you band together to beat them back.
Yes.
All right. So you beat them back, and then y'all get back to the infighting. It doesn't matter. If you allow them to infiltrate your structure. All right. Y'all are one unit. Y'all might fight. This is the console war All right, and this is it right here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I want to finish up my point real quick.
Yeah, go get it.
Yeah, listen, I'm excited. Like I said, I really want to get my stream, get my Switch, play these Xbox Game Pass. I guess that's all fine. I guess I'm questioning solve. It's like I'm curious how the Xbox Live integration is going to be, right? The achievements, party chat. Will it be a full feature set experience? Because if that's the case, whoa, like ain't no need for an Xbox Portable at that point.
No, at that point, anything that's Xbox related, I think will have full Xbox Live integration. Any sort of Xbox property, anything that comes through the cloud through Game Pass to me is full Xbox Live integration. I think.
Yeah.
If you have full integration, achievements, party chat, all that stuff, and let's be real, like Switch has the perfect form factor, right? Because you got both your shift buttons, you got, your D-pad, the whole analogs, both clicking in, all the weaknesses of the Vita that didn't have all the extra functionality where they had to substitute and put a touchpad under the bottom and all this other stuff. Switch has full functionality to play the games. They just didn't have the power, to play the game. So, but to me, out of all this, what's more interested is these rumors that we're hearing about Microsoft published games, like a Ori, a Cuphead, possibly coming down as download or retail. So even the rumors we're hearing Scalebound possibly being reborn with platinum games on the Switch. So shout out I want to shout out Hoglaw he's got a great video right now, Virtual Legality, talking about that. And even though Microsoft owns the assets, we know that the trademark for Scalebound, I think it was abandoned about 2 years ago. So it wouldn't surprise me with this cozy relationship that Nintendo and Microsoft have, especially since Minecraft, integration, that they might be working a lot of like, okay, you do this for me, I do this for you, kind of,
yeah.
what I'm saying? And then the other thing that Microsoft unveiled at GDC was that crossplay, that SDK, right, Saul, for the Switch. So Nintendo's already letting you know we willing to play with others. Like we willing to do the cross play, Fortnite, Rocket League, all that stuff. And I already wrote in an article, Nintendo was on it because their last Switch SDK, it supported cross play voice, text messaging through Vivox. And I put this in the text section. It's on lordsofgaming.net, plug.
Yeah.
Boys out here writing
an informative article.
Check that out. You know what I'm saying? And this, at the end of the day, I think this just could be a defining shift in gaming. If all these rumors prove to be true, this is a power shift. But so I'm gonna let you finish. I heard you wanted to say something.
No, I mean, I'm just going to echo what you said. It's for the first time in forever, really, that you see Nintendo being open to this amount of change, and being willing to step out of the walled garden and not necessarily have Nintendo-like solutions for things. Right? I mean, when the Switch launched, everything around the Switch is still very much Nintendo-like, and they heard it from us about things that we expect out of the big three that they weren't giving us, right? All the online infrastructure stuff, just general Nintendo stuff that we call them Grandpa Nintendo for. And I think they've taken that to heart, and they've realized, look, we need to be, at least in terms of this. I don't think they're ever going to be in that power narrative with PlayStation and with Xbox. But I think at least in terms of functionality, in terms of network, in terms of infrastructure, they realize they cannot be behind in that arena. They just can't.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think this is very powerful times. I'll let Boom end it off, and we'll move off that. In the sense that I agree with you, Boom, that all that antiquated way of looking at things from a console sports perspective, like my team versus your team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's over. And I feel sorry for a lot of people, because at the end of the day, if you feel that strongly, that, this is it, it's over, surrender or whatever the terminology is, what? Microsoft don't care. Like, they don't care. If you go say, you know what, Xbox is done as a brand, I'm getting the PC. You know what? They say, go over there, get that, because you're going to still give us that bread over there. You can still give us that bread over there to Switch. You still, wherever you go and you play that game that you like, that you're so upset that it's not on the Microsoft console, they're still getting your money. So you got to, shout out to Lord Rand. He got a great video. If you really don't buy nothing Microsoft, let's see where that's at. Put it, because it's going to be everywhere. When you put up they already talk about the TVs, the tablets, all that. So you can't avoid it. You're going to have to bend the knee, no matter how you slice it.
If you are a true fanboy
Yeah, it's
way, you're gonna be in. You're gonna have a tough time moving forward.
You know, I want to close this out because I want to just kind of give a big shout out to Slow Mo Backslap, who said, you know, and I said this on Crossfire, and I got kind of booed a little bit, but that's okay because I could take the cheers and the boos.
That's right, baby.
Because I think they're just saying boom instead of boom.
That's all it is. They've got the M.
Yeah, that's okay. Listen, I'll add the M for him. So when they're saying boo, I'll be, you know, I throw the M in there for him, so I don't feel bad. You know, the biggest talk of the town with Xbox Live over the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years is that people want that paywall torn down.
Yes.
And I called it on Crossfire. I'm going to call it on the Lord's podcast right now, E3 2019, which I will be sitting in that room when they do it. He's going to say, Phil Dominus is going to say, as of today, Xbox Live is no longer a payable thing. It's part of Microsoft. And how are they going to do that? 2 billion gamers playing Game Pass and paying $10 a month. That's how they're going to subsidize all of that. And all those games going to the Nintendo Switch and wherever else. And listen, I know everyone's talking about, yeah, it's eventually go to Sony. Sony is so stubborn. And because they spent $300 million on Gaikai to get that trash that they have.
It's improved though. Come on,
it has improved with download, but the bottom line is
they're leading as a service.
But I tell you this, I think Sony's less stubborn that they let on, and I say this specifically by Sean Layden's last interview and the things.
Yes, he was very talkative. You're right.
The only thing I wonder is, right, they're talking this game that they're in bed with all of this services based stuff and all of it. My only question is, because I don't think they didn't not read the tea leaves, right? They're not dumb. They knew what was coming. The question is how much they decided to focus on it back when it was going to be a factor now, right? If they sort of put it off to the side and they just said, yeah, it's coming, but we're going to do our own thing, then they might find themselves in a very tight spot now, right? So that's my worry. That they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming. The question is, how much stock did they put in it early on?
Sovereign, I say this to you, right? And I say this with all due sincerity. Phil said that first. Then old boy got the memo. They pulled him in office the same way they pulled Reggie in the office. Right? They pulled him in the office and they said, look here. These dudes over here, they doing this and this and that and the third, and we're going to go in this direction. And he said, well, I don't want to retire. So he said, listen, we give you a lateral movement. We're going to put you up this way. You go that way, but we're going to pull this other dude in. And he's down with the smoke. So it didn't fall under your watch. And he said, cool. I'll take it that way. He said, but listen, when you go out there and you speak to the public, you're going to let them know that we're trying to put PlayStation everywhere. But didn't Phil just say that? Yeah. Phil said that, and Phil gave us the call, and we're gonna build the thing together. But I want you to go out there, and I want you to spread the word that PlayStation is trying to get on every device. It's not just a box. All right.
I can't with you.
Why do you have the sad face when he got told that?
I think for me, the questions I have for the most immediate things are like, okay, so if we do have Xbox Live being the platform, what do we think about like the possibility of achievements for those Nintendo games? Like, let's say you're playing it on the Switch. Maybe achievements on games going forward. Obviously, one's backwards, it might be a little bit more difficult to control. What's the possibility of that? I think that probably for me, one of my most reluctant things.
Whoa! Wait a second. Hold up a minute.
Shout out to this man right
here.
That's unbelievable.
Let me tell y'all something about Cat Daddy, man. Like, I am so humbled. Not forget the money. Like, I just love his presence in our chat. He's always entertaining. He's always funny. He's always appreciative. For that, brother, the $100 super chat driving from Cali to Atlanta every week means I miss out on a lot. But one thing is content. ILP, you guys are a positive light and what's been a pretty toxic community this generation. Keep up the great work and happy 100. Shout out to you too. Wow, yo, brother,
daddy, bro. Like
daddy, bro. Thank you.
Another Patreon supporter, just been there from day one, man. Day one.
You know, my greatest memory of Cat, I gotta beat him, is that when the pic of him in the whip, and he had his whip iced out with every color ILP shirt.
See, but I knew it was happening because he hit me in DM. That's when I was doing the shipping and all that. He hit me in the DM. He said what he needed, and I sent it to him. And when he posted a picture at me, I knew he was getting them.
Facts.
Now, I know that he was gonna lay it out on the whip, like I'm like
that man reps us, and like I said, those are the things that when I'm tired, when we late, you know what I'm saying? Like when we were up late thinking of concepts and stuff like that, those are the motivations. Like, I can't let these people down. These are the people who support us the most, man. Thank you, brother. It really means a lot. Wow. You know what I'm saying? El Boogie said, I thought that was $10 at first. Yeah, we got a lot of shit. We got to move. I mean, but it's going to be interesting, man. I mean, Dizzy, to your point, you know, it is going to be interesting how that integration goes with the functionality. You know, my gut probably says that any game that's within the GamePass app and then the infrastructure of the cloud will probably have that achievement system. I doubt it's going to go outside that. But if they're looking to bring stuff like Ori and Cuphead as separate downloadable games, that's going to be interesting because technically those will fall outside of the app, so to speak. Technically, buy Ori in the store. So will that have the functionality? Also, will it be a curated Xbox Game Pass list? Because there are some titles already, like Rocket League's on Game Pass, right? And you know, there's titles that Switch already has. So maybe Nintendo says, hey, you know, it's like curated, like specific to Nintendo.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It's gonna be interesting, man, to see how this thing goes. But look, we got a lot of shit we could talk about all day. King got a bomb topic right now, so I want to get out. Oh, Addict, baby, you got some power a little bit. He's in the chat. Thank you so much. Oh, Fatty stat, yo, Patty, you got to get in here, man. We got to speak to the wastelands of West Virginia. Oh,
Mike is banging,
brother.
Somebody Mike is banging.
Oh, he in there? He in the room? He banging?
Somebody Mike is banging.
Somebody's mic is literally banging.
Like literally banging.
Maybe it's this. All right, we'll figure it out. But hopefully, Addy can get in here, man, because we miss you, Addy. Get in here. Use this 100. Supposed to be popping bottles with us. But anyway, Lord King, we got some Scarlet news, brother. What is going on that we hear in these rumors?
First and foremost, shout out to Brat. All right, now Brat, yo, Scarlet gonna be at the E3. Yo, listen, and I told y'all last year, Mike Ybarra from his own mouth told me, don't miss next year. It's gonna be epic, right?
Yeah, we've heard that.
Probably 25 minutes later after that, I'm talking to Phil. I'm name dropping like the game. So what? So what? I'm talking to Phil. Haha.
Phil Dominus.
Phil Dominus told me, yo, don't miss next year. It's gonna be epic. Same words, two different people. So I'm looking like, why are they both using that damn word? Like, why is this word being used? And then I'm starting to see the leaks. So the white paper is out. Let me get the white paper because I'm going to be accurate when I tell you this. Y'all don't ever see this. Usually you catch me freestyling
off the top.
Nah, right now I'm giving you the white papers because where them screenshots at the white papers. Here the white papers. All right, so we have the Xbox Lockhart specs as the CPU 8 cores, 16 Zen Threads 2, right? Then you have this GPU that's a custom Navi 4+ teraflops, right? And then you have the RAM that has 12 gigs of GDR6 memory, and the storage drive is 1 terabit plus 1 gigabyte of SSD hard drive, right? Now that's crazy because a solid state hard drive. Now listen to this. I want you to understand this part. I got it from an exec that works at Microsoft. Now, I can't out him because he's my source, but this is a confirmed source that they said everything going forward with that new Microsoft Surface that has the SSD drive inside, every Microsoft product after that will have a solid state hard drive in it.
Yeah, about time, because we need them fast boot times, brother.
But he explained to me he has an S, and we were loading into Worlds playing Destiny, and I'm like, how the hell you running there ahead of me? How are you downstairs? You touching stuff up, and he's getting the armory and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? I'm still flying. I got an S. I mean, I got an X. You got an S, right? So my leaders came out. He said, I replaced it with Microsoft's recommendation with a solid state hard drive.
Oh yeah, huge difference. Huge.
And I swear by this. So now this is why I believe these papers is right. Right now, next is the Xbox Anaconda specs. A custom 8 cores, 16 Zen threads too. Right?
Sound like Mods Gaming talking right now.
Ridiculous. Custom Mods does it on a level that I can't even get close. Look, Mods, I'm doing it from here. You do it from real knowledge. Custom Navi 12 teraflops, 16 RAM, 16 gigabytes of DDR6 memory, storage 1 terabyte, and 1 gigabyte of solid state hard drive. All right. I bring this to the table.
Let's go.
What do y'all believe in these specs? Do you believe these specs to be true? Giving all the circumstantial evidence that we have in front of us. I'm talking to Boom here when I say that as a former police officer. When you have facts laid out in front of you, because you don't deal with speculation, you deal with evidence, facts in front of you, and you make your determination based off of these things. What do you think, sir?
Well, look, the proof is in the paper, right? You know what I'm saying? If the gun is by where on the crime scene and the fingerprints from the man that you have in custody are there, then he is going to jail. And that is that simple. And you know what? Listen, let me say something. I have to throw this in. Shout out to Cognito, who told me, Boom, you came at the right time for E3 2019 because it's going to be your life when we get to California. And I've got goosebumps from my toes up to the top of my mohawk right here. Okay? Because I'm an Xbox dude through and through. I know, like I said, I have no connections other than you guys, so I'm going to hope that I can get myself into, of course. Like I said, FanFest is great, but I want the conference. That's the main. That's the main goal because I want to be there when Phil comes. I'm gonna be that guy yelling, "Phil Dominus!" and everyone's real quiet, and I'd be like, "Oh, that guy, get him out of there."
You gonna be that guy in the crowd?
Or the guy that yells, "Yeah!" when they announce Killer Instinct 2 or something like that. Like, that's gonna be me. But you know what? These numbers. You know, first of all, people have to understand something. You know, if you're a tech head and you're into specs, you're gonna be, wait a second. I don't understand the first one that's supposed to be the cheapest system. How is it going to be more powerful? It's because of the GPU. Okay, it's going to run better than it's going to be an X. So if you have an X now, you don't want to get you don't want to spend the money. I hear you. It's going to run great. But if you want the second system, which is everyone in this panel, everyone in this chat is going to be running out to buy that $500 or $600 experience, the premium King experience. You're going to be playing games in a way that, and you know what's funny? You know, we talk about social media guys, right? And we talk about, a lot of the Sony crowd that I know, there's some good peoples in Sony, all right? There are plenty of them. But you have the extremists that just make it really difficult to try and throw out a logical conversation. It is a fact that the PlayStation 5 is not going to be as powerful as the Anaconda. That is fact, folks. Okay, they already said it's 8 to 12 terabytes. Well, we know what the Anaconda is going to run, and in the circles that I'm talking about, that are the troublemakers. Well, power don't really matter. It's the games. Well, they're going to have that too. Listen, Phil Spencer came in 2017, and he turned this ship and did a 180, and it is going to be rolling so strong E3 2019 through 2020. If you're not on board, you're going to drown. So get yourself an Xbox, and just get on board. And you know what? Stop with the plastic nonsense, man. Just support all 3 consoles so you can just play every game.
Absolutely, Boom. Dropping some knowledge, man. Let me get Sarv in here, man. Then we'll get this. Sarv, what do you feel, man? Like we seeing these leaks going down between Anaconda and Lockhart. We're hearing speculation of it being unveiled at E3, and then there's another little
5-hour show.
Yeah, I know. There's another little bomb that we forgetting, man.
Yeah.
We're also hearing Halo Infinite is supposed to launch with Scarlet. So, Saul, we'll bring this to you, man. Like, what do you think about all this, bro?
All right. So first off, in terms of the specs, right, the Lockhart and Anaconda specs, I honestly feel like the Lockhart specs are a little low. Because the way I see it, like, I would like the Lockhart to be on paper more powerful than an X, and then
I'm gonna break that down when I go.
Anaconda be exponentially more powerful than that, right? That's what I would like to see. So it just seems like the Lockhart specs are a little bit low. What's interesting, though, obviously we don't know the speed of each of these 8 cores, right? So that's going to be key to how fast the system can run. The fact that they're talking about NVMe SSDs is great because NVMe's are specifically designed to run faster. It's a different set of operations and specifically made for SSDs, and that's why they run faster. So it's cool that they're looking to integrate that into that. So that's my only thing with that. I think the Anaconda specs are great. I would have liked to have even seen even more teraflops. It's a big joke about the teraflops.
You got the Anaconda for you.
Yeah. But the 16 gigs of GDDR6 is big.
Yeah.
That's more than enough.
You're not copying the Lockhart, Solve.
Yeah. No, I'm not copying the Lockhart. And again, the Lockhart, is something that it's speculated that's going to be no diskless. It's going to be the one that they push as sort of the streaming console, right? And the downloadable console. So, but I still think it should be more powerful. But that said, I'm excited to see what this stuff is. Now the other thing in terms of Halo Infinite, I absolutely see it as being a launch title. You know what? If you're trying to reinvigorate people's love of the Xbox brand, how do you do that? Well, you emulate one of its finest moments. And for me, the Xbox brand really began to take hold, right from the jump when people came out and said, what the hell is that Halo thing everybody's talking about? What the hell is that Halo? And to me, they have not launched a console with a Halo since the OG Xbox.
Yes, sir.
And that, for me, Halo defined Xbox moving forward. Obviously, things have changed, but I think if you want to reinvigorate that name, that brand, you launch with a Halo game.
Bro, I got to break order because Soft got me excited. I got to break order, man. Listen. Woo! Listen, again, we're going to reiterate all rumors, speculation for now, right? We're going to reiterate. But if all this is to be believed, this is how you take advantage of your competitor not being present.
Speak on it, bro.
If you, first of all, ally with Nintendo to extend your user base with Game Pass, drop info regarding your next generation hardware first to captivate that huge E3 mindshare and news cycle, right? A full year ahead of release, which, by the way, has proven successful for them because they did this with the Scorpio and everybody thought it was a mistake. Don't unveil. How can you unveil 2 systems in one conference? Remember, that was the talk.
Easy.
We've got full proof through MPD. Shout out to Matt Piscatella. We've had him on the show before in the realm that the Scorpio did quite well from a revenue standpoint. So this would be a power move. Now, as for the hardware solve, I feel you. All right, here's the thing though. I'm on the opposite side with you on Lockhart. Lockhart really impressed me for this reason only. I love that the CPU is the same as Anaconda.
Yep.
That's huge to me. Go ahead,
I definitely do, right? But if we believe what Boom is saying, right? Imagine, let's say Lockhart is $300 and it's as powerful as the base PS5.
That's crazy,
dude. That's a Sony move, dude. That is taking a page right out of the PS4 launch. Cheaper price, and
I don't-
more powerful hardware. It's crazy.
He said they're gonna blow their load early again.
I don't believe that. I believe this, right? I believe that. But and there me go jumping it.
All right, I'm gonna get you.
I end it off. Go ahead.
I know. I'm so excited. So listen, Lockhart impressed me. Like I said, just from the CPO compatibility standpoint, that's huge to me. So basically, the way I'm looking at it, Solve, is you're telling me Lockhart is basically this next generation beefy 1080-60 machine because it's got the CPU. So for those, to me, I think of Lockhart for Addict. Right,
but that's the thing. Who's the main consumer? We're not thinking about the Anaconda's the boutique system.
Right, the main consumer is the Addict. That Lockhart is for.
Y'all gotta stop disparaging my boy. Nah. No.
It's for Addict in the sense that he doesn't care about that other stuff.
Nah, he do care. Listen, hey.
He hates 4K. He thinks 4K is the ruination of the game.
That's a lie. You know what? Hey, listen, stop. Listen. All right, so I believe. I
got you. Soon as I finish, I got you. All I'm gonna say is this. Like for those people who are not looking to do that jump, right? They could save some bread. You know what I'm saying? Get that 1080-60 joint. And then you got Anaconda. That's the big boy. That's the big boy for us. You know what I'm saying? 4K it up. You got crazy more DDR RAM, all that good stuff. You know, and the 12 teraflops, which is basically
threw my boy in the bushes, and he's sitting here. Yo, he literally threw my boy in the bushes and sitting here explaining how it's beneficial for him. Lay down, just take it. Lay down, just take it. No, man.
No, man. I care about what me
and Attic were here, he would say the same.
No, you know what? I don't believe that. I honestly believe in every man they strive for the upper echelon. He will have enough time to get the upper echelon because those 4K TVs will be at a price where he's able to just walk in the store and do that. He'll probably have a bundle. They're probably going to do some subsidiary thing like you can just get this and get that and just finance that and just like they was doing with the X. Nah, man, I truly, honestly believe my boy wants the highest.
Addict. Like I'm saying, Lockhart is slandered to him. But anyway.
Yeah, I know it is slandered. Yo, you just told my man that he gonna get the broke system. Nah, man, no.
It's like okay, it's one of those things. Like I said, the big boy, you know, what I'm saying 12 teraflops. Damn near, listen, the Anaconda is damn near double the teraflops of the X, so that's crazy. And when to me, I'm gonna be real with you. I got a confession in the realm. That 12 teraflops, man. That's when I cheat right back on PC and bring my behind right back to console full time. I'm telling you, the CPU gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only thing that's interesting to me though is the future of the Xbox One X. Because it's in an interesting spot, right?
It's in the bushes.
Yo, shout out to Jess Corder. When we had him on the show, he said the X might be in the bushes. But here's the thing, though, like, so it still has more teraflops than the Lockhart.
And right. The CPU did, though.
CPU, yeah. So
the CPU and we were talking about Navi cores too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So we got that. So it's in a weird spot. But I'm with King. Like I feel them little overclocked Jaguar cores ain't gonna be.
The
Jaguars.
That's why I think the focus on, to me, they need to make that Lockhart as powerful as they possibly can, as at the best price point they can, and that's going to be the sticking point.
But what if that's the sweet spot? What if like it's Boom saying like that's the 400 sweet spot? And let's just say theater. We don't know what PS5 stats. I'm not going to try to say it, but let's just say
I think it's $299. Like Boom
said, it's equivalent to a Lockhart, or maybe a little bit. Like say if you get in on that level, at $400 level right there, and then you got the $500 or $600, whatever it is that Anaconda is going to be. That's a good start point to jump in the game. You know what I'm saying? And still be X. But at some point, the X has to drop in price. We all would assume that, right?
Maybe not, because you can still get Wii U's out here for $500. Like I'm maybe not. Like maybe the components inside the system has forced them to move over to some different type of architecture that they can't afford to drop the price down on this, and they just phase that out. That's it.
Shout out to Forte. He said, "Don't flip flop, LordCognito. We need to stick together. I'm still getting Xbox, brother. I'm getting that Anaconda, and I'm gonna be over there." I'm just letting you know.
Wait, you thought Cognito was getting the cheap station?
Nah, I'm getting the big boy
Cheap station.
and I'm gonna be over there. You know what I'm saying?
Sovereign, tell us,
No, we just all I'm saying is that I'm not. You can't undermine the importance of where Lockhart sits, because once again, we're just talking. If we're talking about Anaconda, we're talking in an echo chamber. That is not the big mover.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that Lockhart has to be situated in a place where it's gonna move.
Right. And that if they can pull it at 4.
No, I think it's gonna be $300.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're gonna make people want to buy this console and jump into the next generation. Again, it's because again the parts are going to be cheaper. Listen, look. This is a tactical assault that's going to happen in the next generation. And Phil Spencer is the general, pushing, the tanks across the top of the map, saying this is how we're going to take over.
That's big, man. Oh my god!
Yo, you know what I love right now? You know who I got a love affair with right now? Boom! Like what you don't understand right now is like. Yo,
y'all tag team, right? It's like the Legion of Boom, right?
when he said Phil Dominus, that's when I was all in, because none of y'all acknowledge that name. All right, none of y'all.
I'm not calling anybody Dominus.
But you gotta think about it in that fashion, because the way he's moving, like Boom said, he's playing Stratego. Remember that, Cognito? Remember that, Cognito?
Stratego.
Yeah, remember that? Man, you can sit there and play that Stratego. Listen, man, this dude right now, the way he is moving the parts is to get down or lay down. If he comes in at $300, we all know that the PlayStation 5 base spec, the system is going to be more powerful than the weaker Lockhart, right? We know that. So, all right, the Lockhart gonna get in there. It has some of the forms of the Anaconda. Anaconda gonna be on. Yo, you talking to my little brother, man? What's good, bro? Like, yo, you over there, you with the big head. Come in, right? So Anaconda is like, yo, he's smacking him around. Like, yo, what are you doing out here? Like, you touching? Who you touching? Right. So for those dudes, like when you go to a car dealership, they have a 1 Series BMW. And they have a 7 Series BMW. They both BMW brands, right? So BMW brand sells to one type of customer, but that 7 Series dude is a different kind of dude. We gonna be on that Anaconda 7 Series stuff, right? But a lot of people will get that $300. Listen, $100. If that PlayStation 5 comes $100 more, they at the same position Microsoft was in.
Yes, sir. Very well said.
And that's where the master strategist has pushed his chips in the middle of the table and say, "Yo, move, bro."
Yeah, I mean, listen, it'll be interesting to see where shout out to Sammy Prescott. He feels it kind of will be in the middle. He says he's buying multiple Anacondas and one PS5. He said I have too many 4K OLEDs to be gaming on subpar consoles. The X is getting traded in, and Lockhart is not an option. Damn, that is some premium talk, brother.
That's my man. I gotta add you, man. Listen, hey, King David OTW, go add me on Xbox right now.
Yeah, King, look. And the last point to the Halo thing, and I'll give it to Diz, is that look, all the tech stuff out the way. If Halo Infinite is a launch title,
dude, it's over.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
so again,
it's over.
That's how you establish it's a new day. Shout out to Sinister. He's like, that's how you put your Anaconda meat on the table. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You're on time.
I gotta be honest with you. I was gonna say something to that effect because this is PG, and normally Boom don't be making nasty references, but I said the zipper was coming down. It was gonna be something like "Badow" and be like, "What's up?"
I'm done with y'all.
It's funny, Cognito, because we're talking about how all jokes aside, we're talking about how Halo is rumored to be a launch title. Just think about this for a second. Now everyone knows they have not made the announcement. I think it's coming this year. Yeah. Just imagine these 3 games as launch titles for the next Xbox in 2020. You get your Halo, you get your new Fable, and you get your Forza Motorsport 8, and then you turn around and you throw in some double A's on top of that. You know, you get Obsidian in there, you get an Exile in there. You know, we're hearing that we may see Ninja Theory this year. You know, Rare is working on a second title. The Gears guys are working on rumored to be a Perfect Dark reboot. Maybe that's a launch title, dude. They're the chips. Like I said, just imagine Phil. He's got on that big jacket. He's got the big cigar. He's holding it, and in one hand he's holding the cigar, and the other hand he's pushing those chips onto the map, and he's surrounding Sony. He said, we got Nintendo over here. We got Phil Dominus is not taking prisoners. And he says, you know what? When we're surrounded, firing squad, leave no one left alive.
Wow. You and King right now. But like I was gonna say before I give it to Diz, just that with the Halo thing, man. Yeah, that would be huge. And listen, King, me and you were at that Microsoft press event. Now, I don't know about you, King, but when I saw the Halo Infinite trailer, I was happy. Don't get me wrong. I never got the feeling that was coming for this generation. You know what I'm saying? Like I always it felt. I'm not gonna say it was fraud, and like I just felt like this is kind of concept-y. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a fraud move. No, not frauding. You 100% right. That right there was a concept art thing. They said put this together. They showed a little helmet crap.
Yeah, just let them know, let the base know we're working on it. But I never got the sense that the Xbox One X was getting that right now. Later this year. So make no mistake though, a lot of pressure on 343. You know what I'm saying? After Halo 5, you know what I'm saying? They had the best multiplayer, no doubt, but we all kind of agree the story wasn't necessarily executed the best.
Cognito, let me ask you a question. Seriously.
Let's go. Talk to me.
You just said there's a lot of pressure on 343, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bonnie. I took a picture with Bonnie. She is a wonderful person.
Plug.
All right, that's right. All right, I'm not gonna front. I love women in gaming, and I love women execs in gaming, showing that women can reach the highest level without any holding back.
Building.
That's right.
That's what's up.
But that you said that 343 has a lot of pressure. They had a lot of pressure once Bungie left.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they dealt with that pressure. They dealt with the scrutiny, with the Halo remixes and all that. They've dealt with a whole bunch of onboard scrutiny, and I think they've come out with flying colors. I think this Halo Infinite is the start of their own shoes.
And new engine.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, the foundation is there, and I just love the fact that they're getting a chance to work with more powerful hardware. Right? They're not going to be limited. You know what I'm saying? Have to stick kind of like to an older Bungie formula. They can do them. Listen, it's exciting times, y'all. It's exciting time. Dizzy, I know I've been talking for a long time. I don't know if you're still there, but Diz, man, what do you feel real quickly? I know we got a lot of show, but real quickly, what do you feel about all this?
I'll make mine nice and short. I'm gonna take a line from Marshawn Lynch. I'm only here so I don't get fired.
You can say the gamer.net, you won't get fired. That's it.
So like everything that y'all have said, fantastic. Let me just throw this on top of it and everything, because we're talking about, another thing that comes into gaming. We start looking at third-party market deals. We talk about rumors. Of course, there's the fanatical rumor right now. Bungie's now a new mistress, and and obviously the little dabs put on by Phil and company, towards Bungie, but also recently rumors of Call of Duty marketing going back to Microsoft. That's another thing to put out there, and these companies, they are seeing the machines right now. That should tell you a little bit of what they're looking at. So I think it's in a good position.
No doubt, man. Exciting times. Man, a lot of information. Again, all rumors, all speculation. But at the same time, there could be some truth here. So we'll see how it plays out, man. And if that's the case, boom, we could be in for one hell of an evening.
Man, I can't wait.
Absolutely. LordSov, last topic of the day. Whiny reviewers, what's happening, man? You don't be nice. Be nice. I like Mike. I'm just joking. Now we got to keep it true at the realm. What's going on, man?
All right, so I have a kind of a two-parter here. So the first part I want to talk about is so this past week, Mike Ybarra made some comments on Twitter about Anthem, and specifically reviews about Anthem, how he felt some people, and the exact word that he used was whining about specific things in the game. and he indicated that there was a specific review he had seen that had sort of kind of cited certain things, but they made it clear like they didn't understand the game, they didn't know how to do everything in the game, and he made a comment indicating that it was sort of embarrassing that someone would actually review a game without actually, you know, having played it or having a deeper knowledge of the gameplay and the game's mechanics, right? And so obviously these comments had a reaction on Twitter, as they always do. So I want to know what you guys feel about what he said. Should he have said it? Should he not have said it? Should he have put it another way? And how do you feel about how people reacted to it? And it's good that Boom is here, because one of the first people actually that answered in Mike Ybarra's sort of a timeline was actually your brother Near Mental. That he kind of reacted. He said, "Listen, man, like people just want a functional game. Like people want specific things in this game that, you know, that they should not have to be." Sort of have to hold back on how they feel about it when there's certain things that are fundamentally sort of broken about this experience. So I just want to know what you guys feel about the comments, how people reacted to them, that stuff. And that's part one.
Let Boom go, and I got a lot to say on this, and I I have history here, but I'm gonna let Boom go first, but I want to go after Boom.
Okay,
wait, you said you got a lot though.
Yeah, I do. You want me to jump in? I got a lot to say on this.
No, so I would say this. I would say, okay. I would say Sovereign brought the topics to the table, so Sovereign goes last, right? Okay, so we move Sovereign to the back. All right, and Dizzy already said he only here for the check. All right. Yo,
I got things to say on this one, actually.
Time out. Don't think we pay people. All right, so I want to clarify that part. Right?
I need to throw this EA check away.
I don't want y'all to sit there and say that, like, oh, I ain't Lord paying people.
He's not one of our game changers?
No, stop that. Yo, hey, listen, listen, I'm not about that. Okay, so then let you hit it.
Yes, absolutely. Let Cognito go first on that one.
Yeah. I got something I got to say on it. They're not gonna like me today.
I feel you. Listen, all right. This is a very tough one for me because obviously, you know what I'm saying, you guys know Lord Mike Ybarra is a good friend to the realm.
Yep.
I've met him a bunch of times, various events, actually game together with Mike, you know what I mean? So full disclosure, I did not initially want to talk about this situation, but it's the round table. So we got to keep it true. We got to keep it true. So look, let me give y'all some backstory first. Like for those who don't know, and I don't think Mike will be upset with me revealing this part, is that he is truly a hardcore gamer.
Yeah,
like make no mistake. This is the looter shooter king, Destiny, Anthem, Division, PUBG, Apex. Mike gets busy, and he probably game more than a lot of y'all gamers. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm not even. There's no sugarcoating it. That's just what it is from what I see in my eye. You know what I mean? So give you a case in point in Destiny, when they nerfed the Redrix Claymore in Destiny 2, it's one of the longest and hardest PvP Crucible guns to get. Lord Mike was tight. He tweeted Bungie direct, like, oh, you making it easy for these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just who he is. That just says a testament to how passionate he is. And then I know for a fact he's very passionate about Anthem. You know what I'm saying? He plays all the time. Half of my Destiny clan, you know, which is in it, they're all playing Anthem now. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So I guess he was upset about the reviewer not knowing and lacking the knowledge of this basic combo. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I completely get it. He's not technically wrong, right? But at the same time, as the VP for Xbox, you know what I'm saying? You make a public statement, it could kind of come off wrong, and it kind of, even though that may not be his intention, it may come off like a direct attack that like journalists in general. And I do feel bad for the kid. Like, I think Jez Corden, he's a little saddened by his comments also. So Mike's next tweets, he went on to clean it up, you know, pretty much went on to say that, you know, he looks at multiple review sources as a whole. That I agree with, you know what I'm saying? And most people make, you know, an informed decision. I get it. My only thing is just the timing of what he said, even though he technically was not wrong, it just comes off bad because the mass is going to say, oh, you only caping for that game because Anthem and Microsoft got the exclusive marketing right. Anthem, right, so they're going to come at you, Mike, for that. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, they're going to say, yo, you ain't keep that same energy with the Crackdown reviews. So look, Mike's still my dude regardless. I think he knows better next time. And on Twitter, Mike, please just don't press send, brother. Just don't press send.
Oh, you gonna Stephen A, my man?
Just don't.
You gonna Stephen A, my man?
Don't press censor because at the end of the day, King, you listen. He a good dude. That's my guy. It's just that you got it. Sometimes when you feel it, if he says it, it's gonna get twisted. You see what I'm saying?
Listen,
no.
Boom. I'm gonna go after Boom. Yeah. Guess first.
Well, here's the thing. Let me just say this: there is something that has been lost in the last 10 years. It's called journalistic integrity. Okay? There's also something called journalistic responsibility. Okay? If you guys, now you have already invited me to write on your site, which I'm going to do. All right. And it's going to be the first site that I write on is going to be your site.
Thank you.
Okay. Sir. I am going to hold myself to the highest possible standard that I could possibly hold myself because my name is going at the end of that article. Okay. The problem with this participation trophy generation that we are living in is they just want to write something and throw it out there to get their name out there and no responsibility to what they're writing. Let me just say this, okay? You cannot go and drop a review if you don't even know how to do the goddamn super. I am sorry. That is unacceptable behavior for a gamer, and that's even worse so for a journalist. You cannot turn around and listen, if you play a game for 30 hours and you're reviewing this game and you beat the game and you've done everything and there's something you don't like, that you can justify what you're saying. But you can, like, for instance, and I'm not calling him out, but a perfect example, Jeff Gersman of Giant Bomb did the same thing. The guy is playing the game. First of all, he don't like any game. If you ever listen to that dude, that guy hates everything. I don't even know how he's in the business. And I said it on Crossfire, and I'll say it on now. His credentials should be removed and stamped ineffective for the gaming space.
It's reflecting the opinion of Lord Boomstick Gaming.
I'm just saying that you can't. Listen, listen. I used to be a Giant Bomb kind of a dude. I listened to both of them, and I've listened to them for years. I don't listen to them anymore because every game he touches, he hates this, that, or other thing. But my whole point is that getting back to this reviewer. You can't put a review that a company spent millions and millions of dollars on and half-foot it, man. I'm sorry. That's unacceptable in this. And you know what? What's a shame? It has become acceptable in this generation of the participation trophy. Just get out there, do the best you can, and if you drop an F, it's okay. No, it's not okay, man, because you have to play the game, you have to review the game, and you have to take your personal biases outside of that review.
I feel you. So hold on. Shout out to Lemon. Got to pay the bills real quick.
I'm done. I'll let King go.
Went away Dragons TV with the $5 super chat. Oh, well, these so-called reviewers are bashing devs' hard work and insulting their work that feed their families. You don't see the devs whining. Wow. Salute the Lemon on that, man. This is a big one. I just want to ask Boom one question before I give it to King, because you made some great points, bro. And I guess my question is more, I get what you're saying on the reviewer side, and I do agree with you that reviewers have to be informed. They have to at least have some common knowledge of the game, or at least immerse themselves in the game enough so that they know the basics, the foundation, right? Before they do. Completely agree with you on that. My question to you, though, is what about the flip side, which is the Mike Ybarra part with the whole, as an executive, what I'm saying, as him tweeting out, my question is, do you understand somewhat what some people are being upset about him saying those things, or do you feel, what, he's just telling the truth and that's just what it is, and we just got to deal with the reality of the truth? Like, what side are you on?
It's a little harder because he is a VP, right? And you don't want your VPs out there kind of ruffling the feathers, but at the same token, Mike Ybarra is the bad boy of Microsoft, and they have been taking it laying down for a long time. The 1080p makes you a better gamer. This is how you trade. The community constantly ragging on Microsoft. As a VP, you're eventually going to get fed up. And you know what? Why I accept what Mike did is because he's not doing it as a VP. He's doing it as a gamer.
As you said that, because again, in defense of I know people gonna say, "Oh, you capable for Mike because you play with him." And listen, the man is a gamer first and foremost. What I'm saying? King will tell you, like,
I'm about to get it.
This man, like, don't get it twisted. Like, I'm not caping for no exec. If If the dude is fraud, and I'm gonna tell you, like, yo, he don't really play games like that. Or this guy, he plays games to the point where I'm like, damn, is stuff getting done?
Does
over
he
here?
sleep?
Like, is he sleeping?
Does he sleep?
Like, that's my guy as far as a gamer is perspective. Like, no one can look at his achievement list. Look at what he does. Look at the hours played. If you don't believe me, the statistics are there. So check that out. But again, King, I know you want to jump in and chomp at the bit.
Yeah, listen. Okay, first and foremost, I want y'all to be. I'm gonna be clear with you guys. I'm gonna give full disclosure. All right, Mike Ybarra is a dude. That's my dude. All right.
Facts.
Now I sat there and I talked to Mike Ybarra for 45 minutes, and we did not talk about anything but PUBG.
Facts.
Okay, listen. When I tell you, me and him talked about PUBG. We talked about PUBG to the extent that it would have made you sick had you been a PUBG fan. Okay. Because I live, breathe, and eat PUBG. I love that game. That game is actually it. And he actually, we was chopping up. He's a gamer. So when Cognito says that, I had the opportunity my PC is sick. Okay, my PC is sick. I can actually go on my PC. I can play with those dudes, but I play on Xbox. Cognito plays with Mike Ybarra. All right, so he has a better relationship with Mike Ybarra than I do. Now, with this being said, I understand the space that Mike Ybarra said that tweet. Now, and I'm gonna tell you, this is twofold. It's twofold. This week, somebody tweeted me, and he said that we should, and I told him to tune in this Sunday that I was going to address it. That they should have a criteria when they're reviewing the games. We should know what systems they're using, what televisions they're using, what time they spent, how much of the game they finished. We should have a log of what these people do. My response to him was, we can boycott them. We boycott them, and I'm talking about mainstream media. And I got to do this in quotations because somebody in the chat actually said these people are putting up opinion pieces. And this is a fact. If they put down there and it's an opinion piece, it's an opinion. It's your opinion. All right. And then we can respect you better that way. All right. So your opinion is not fact. But I say this in quotations that he in the chat, they said that this is what this is what Microsoft should do. Right. And they should talk to Mike Ybarra to the side. Mike Ybarra said that tweet out as a gamer. Right. When he didn't send that out as an exec. I want you to understand the space that he was in when he sent it. Now, maybe he got the information later on and they said to him, you know, Mike, you can't do that because of this, that, and the third. He plays as a gamer first. He's actually really enraged. Like some of you guys talk about that Destiny stuff and y'all not in no rage. He got the whisper. He went and got the Redrix. He did it. He don't have, listen, he's a real gamer. All right. So he said from a space. Now he couldn't even address the fact that Crackdown was being dragged and he knows it's a good game. So when he said that tweet, I understand it was a double-edged sword because he was saying exactly, he's sick and tired of this situation going down in this manner with people not even having a fundamental base in that game. All right. So I told y'all before, remember when I said Red Dead and I had no opinion of it? Right. That's integrity. That's integrity. I don't have an opinion on a game that I didn't play. I'm not going to talk about something I don't have. If you don't have an Xbox, don't talk about an Xbox. If you don't have a PlayStation, don't talk about a PlayStation. You don't have a Switch, don't talk about it. Don't sit there and disparage something that you don't actually own. You didn't go out and participate in that process. You didn't finish the process. He was upset that he put in this much time. The guy said about the combos and the supers. That would piss me off as well. If I'm playing this game and I'm putting my heart and soul into the game and I'm having fun with the game and somebody didn't know how the supers go or they didn't know how the combos went. So that means you didn't even respect the game enough to give it its due diligence. So that you didn't dig through the game enough to give it a proper review. Right. So I understand the Mikey Barr's part there. As a gamer, I would be upset. Now, as an exec, this is the part where he has to tread carefully, right? Because he has millions of, he doesn't follow much people.
Right.
He has millions of people that want to follow him. And then you also have millions of people that want to, you know, get attention. When you put out a tweet of that nature, the other people is going to jump into that tweet and they're going to have disparaging things to say about you because you're supposed to be this higher up. You're a face of a company that you shouldn't do these things. A lot of these faces of companies aren't gaming like he is. So when they went at him, I felt sad. I was not going to touch this topic. I didn't know how to touch this topic. That's why a lot of my words is fumbling. I didn't know how to touch this topic because I spoke to the man and I know where his heart is.
Facts. It's like we know him. So it's like, yo, you know it's not true. It's like, you know, it's like someone talk about your man, you know, yo, he's a legit dude. Like,
and I know he's not going at the guy with malice. Remember, to have like 90 words or 120 words in a tweet, you don't really have enough substance to get it across. Tweets are dry. All right. So maybe he could have told the dude, or he wanted to say in the tweet with extra, and he just probably after he sent it, he was like, "Oh boy,
yeah, it's like,
you know, oh boy."
Twitter fingers a little, he was, you know, as a gamer, he came
exactly. I'm not gonna say anything else, and he left it
real quick because I hate to interrupt you because Lord Boom, he's got to go. He's got to take Lady Boom out. Sunday is dinner night. It's the Lord's Day, but he's got to get that dinner on. Listen, salute to Boom first of all for being there for us.
Thank you guys so much.
Of 1,000 for always showing support, always being in the chat. Like, listen, man, the love that you show us is really appreciated and definitely reciprocated. We're gonna see you at E3, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, like I said, LordsOfGaming.net is here. You know what I'm saying? Also, you will be a part of it as well. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say one last thing to you. I can't wait to see your face at the press conference.
Oh my goodness.
Phil comes on stage and it's announcing things live. And I'm just gonna look at you. I'm like,
just talking about it gives me goosebumps. I may have to wear a second pair of pants. That's what I'm gonna say about it. Listen, gentlemen, I have to say it was an absolute fantastic. Forget the fact that it was a great show. It was an absolute honor and a pleasure to be on today's show with you guys. Like I said, I've been following you for a very long time. For me, still being a new guy, only 15 months in YouTube, it's still awe-inspiring to actually work with you guys. It's a big deal for me. And in E3 2019 is happening because of your guidance. I'm always going to be very much in your debt for that. But the fact that I'm a part of the compound, people don't understand. Pictures are coming. Because that place is like a mansion.
Sick.
It is.
Don't blow it up, bro. Don't blow that.
Boom. When we put it up, because I just put up some more pictures on Instagram so they can actually see what this actually looks like. I saved this for the 100th episode. I didn't do a statue, King of the Statues, that I'm supposed to be doing. I didn't do it because that will be the backdrop and you will see what was going on. So I didn't do it. But I put the pictures up and you're going to see exactly what's there. I saved this especially for Boom because I knew Boom was going to be in the room. I am so happy Boom is going. There's a level of enthusiasm that he shows in that chat, in those DMs. I am so happy for him.
Thank you. It's a dream come true. It really is. This is like, I know we always joke and say, what's on your bucket list? I've done everything in gaming. I have not done this. And the fact that I'm going at a time where Microsoft not only is going to have a banging show, but Sony's out. And we know it's going to be on Microsoft. Now, all these rumors are starting to drop. And it is going to be Phil Dominus Spencer will be rolling out the red carpet for Boom. And I appreciate that. But gentlemen, listen, again, it's been an absolute honor and a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you again for including me and also offering me the ability to write on your new website, which Cognito showed me last night. I was completely blown away. It looks absolutely amazing, and I'm looking forward to doing that. But gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the show. Congratulations on 100. Let's get another 100 in there. And like I said, E3 2019 or bust.
You already know, brother. I'm gonna see you, man. We want to fly Saturday, baby. Enjoy your Sunday, bro.
Take care, everyone. Later.
King, man, finish up. Let's get
all right. Let's do that. So as an exec, that's something that shouldn't be done. But I respect his opinion. I believe that he wanted to tell the guy, at least play the game all the way through, at least learn a combo, at least give your best foot forward. When your children go to school and they don't give their best foot forward on the test, you scold them, right? So I mean, I'm pretty sure that he said, you know, I did this, you could have did this as well, and you're getting paid to do this. I was doing this for fun. So but it looks bad in the sense that Microsoft has the marketing deal with Anthem.
It's all about, sometimes it's optics. That's what I like.
Yeah,
it may not be insane, but like you said,
it is about optics. But the thing about that is, if you don't even have to know the man or follow his timeline to know that, you know, the statement that he made wasn't outwardly like a diss towards all journalists. I feel like it felt like there was a sort of a piling on mentality where journalists in general, and I'm not saying everybody, right? There was some people that I saw that had reactions to it, but it felt like it was perceived as a slight on game journalists, period.
Just go and jump in on that too. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm gonna get this in. I mean, the only thing, like I said, I just felt bad because I know his intention was not at game journalists per se.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His thing is look at a multitude of different sources of reviews and then form your own opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I get that aspect, but again, you know, we like King alluded to, you know, as far as who he is and the perception. But let Diz, I want to get you in on it, man, before we get out of here on this topic. Like, you know, if you're breaking your little Marshawn Lynch contract for a second, if you had anything to say on real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I actually do have some stuff to say about this. You know, like as an editor and as somebody who has run publications and everything, I definitely get, you know, how somebody can take that astray and everything of what was said and everything, especially given the position. It's somebody who is higher up in the industry and everything. And so you would feel a certain kind of way because it almost feels like a personal attack. But I think that the problem is, you looking at, you know, you break it down into like a society kind of thing, and the mentality that you have, you know, is mentioned before, the mob mentality and everything, where everybody, you know, they're going to jump, they're going to pile onto it. But I think that he's also in the tweet, he's putting a good point, because I didn't take it just as writers. I think that he also is pointing out things as far as media just in general, because a lot of companies, they're moving towards let's go the influencer route. You know, we're looking at the whole EA debacle, you know, and whatnot. But, you know, that's a whole nother topic. But you're seeing that they're moving towards that kind of route. So he's not wrong in saying that, like, hey, watch a streamer, because if you want to see how the game plays and moves and everything, streamers out there, they're just playing the game. They're not out there giving you a review or an assessment or anything like that. You know, you can see what's going on with the game. So that's, you know, kind of the thing he's pointing at. But I think on the other side that he has a good point, where I think that the problem is this day and age, as somebody who does run publications and has had their hand in it, or reviews and everything, we don't hold our own people accountable for the work that is being put out. And I mean, a good example of that is, let's move away from the Anthem thing, because I think that that's just a whole nother beast when it comes to putting a review for a game of that stature. Let's look at the Crackdown. How can you give something a low score but say that, hey, I enjoyed what I played? To me, there's something that there's a disconnect there. And I feel that a lot of it is that people, they're afraid to not be part of that group, because if you're the one that sits out, it's like, oh, well, this guy must be an idiot because he gave it a high score and everybody else is giving it terrible scores. So obviously this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. People are afraid to step away from that, so that they want to be part of that narrative, so that they don't stick out like a sore thumb. You know, when we look at something like an Anthem, to me personally, in a game that is a games as a service kind of thing, that is a world builder. Day one, and this is why I don't put a lot into the hate that Anthem is getting at this moment, because the game that I'm playing today is not going to be the game that I'm playing a month from now. It's not going to be a game 6 months, a year and a half. We see that with Destiny. You see that with any MMO style kind of game. So these ones, it's a little bit harder. I don't believe in a day one review with a game like this. I believe in a review that can change over time.
Like a review in progress with the game is
exactly. You know, because of that. And I think that he has a good point. We're not holding our own accountable in that manner, because we're letting them run with the narrative and drive that narrative.
No, these are all great points, man. I mean, I'll end it with Solve. Let you wrap up your own topic before we get out of here. Yeah, this was a good subject, man. I mean, Solve, any final points on this whole thing? And
I mean, real quick, Dizzy mentioned something that was actually into the second part of my question, and he's specifically talking about just games media in general, right? And when Mike sent out like a follow-up tweet where he talked about the modern reviews, right? And what he felt a modern review should encompass. And he mentioned like watching streamers, playing the demo yourself, listening to what your friends think that sort of stuff, right? So my question to you guys in that regard is, and that makes a hell of a lot of sense to me. But again, it can be perceived by some as sort of undermining the importance of traditional games media in this day and age in the way they do things, i.e. regular reviews, sort of video reviews, but still sort of like a formatted thing, not this off the cuff, I'm playing and just commenting on the game sort of thing. Right. So do you think with his comments there, right? And in light of the comments that Sean Layden made in regards to E3 and the changing importance of games media at E3 and how that has been diminished, I found it interesting that two big executives within 2 weeks of each other have talked about this openly in a way that we haven't really seen before. Right. So is this indicative of another shift in how games are being covered, that mainstream media really has to switch up again? Because I know if you look at mainstream games media, initially it was magazines, right? Then everybody had to get a website. Then from the website on, then everybody had to sort of become a personality and be on camera and have podcasts and do Let's Plays and stuff like that. Now it seems like there's another shift coming, and Dizzy mentioned it specifically, where it's like influencers and you having people constantly playing the games and having discourse around playing the game, and that serves as sort of your review of the game, right? Rather than somebody writing something formally. Do you think this is a shift that's happening again, that games media is going to have to sort of jump on that bandwagon again if they want to survive in this current sort of environment?
I see where you're going with it. I mean, I think that this what you're saying, in my opinion, kind of represents what recently just happened between the Jason Schreier and the Young Ye situation. Yeah. And we do recognize that, YouTubers, they're gaining a huge influence when it comes to reviews. A lot of gamers and stuff like that, they're going to that as a source, or their favorite YouTuber, or so on and so forth, as opposed to maybe traditional, pen and paper kind of news guy or internet kind of news guy. I think they both have a place. I still don't think the traditional news media outlet is going to go away, because at the end of the day, still about relationships and getting access to information first.
It is.
Right?
Absolutely.
So if you have access, if you have the information first, it doesn't matter who you are, because once you break it first, you become valuable. You know what I'm saying? So I still think the edge will always have that. But I have to admit, streamers, YouTubers, like this wave of being able to speak to your common folk audience and your, these pockets of people that agree with you, it holds weight. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't necessarily, listen, I don't knock anybody if they're getting paid to do whatever. Just be clear that you got paid.
Right.
Specify that. Or EA, like a lot of my big YouTubers, they'll say, hey, this trip was sponsored by whatever, or they gave me a copy of the game. Even me and Diz has gone back for it. We get Stream Team to say, hey, thank you for giving us a copy of the game. You know what I'm saying? So this way, all bases are covered. You understand how this information is being provided to you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is a rising YouTube kind of movement, and it's a rising, streamer kind of movement, but I still think they can coexist. I think that the print guys have to not be in their feelings as much. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
Dude, you think they are there? You think they're dinosaurs?
I think you're watching a conscious shift. You're watching the distrust happen right now. When certain things happen in this manner, that they are questioning, well, what are you playing it on? Or did you get to this far? When those things are starting to be questioned, then you already turn that person off, so that person decides not to go back there. And then he tells 2 other, 3 other people, and those people tell 2 other, 3 other people, and before you know it, there's a mass exodus away from you. So I believe now, because my content is basically through YouTube, like I told you before, Dealer, Ren, and Colt. It used to be Crap Dealer, Crap Gamer, and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that he did anything wrong, but I just find the content on the other three a little bit more compelling. So I decided to just really mainly deal with those guys. Now, sometimes I really don't listen to people's opinion because I don't want that to formulate my words that come out of my mouth on this show. So a lot of times I really don't mess with a lot of people because of that only thing. I want you to get whatever you're going to get is genuine. Right now, when these guys are saying that they don't trust these people and they're going to go to their favorite YouTuber because they feel that they can trust him because they understand the hardware that he's using, because he already told you the hardware that he's using. Then you can see the time that he put into the game, because he's going to tell you the time that he put into the game, and he's going to give you an honest opinion. The polarizing thing, and I believe Crackdown is the catalyst for this. Every YouTuber that played that game, influencer, that's like I said, a dirty word, right? They like, because they put this influencer on you, like you're supposed to be dirty. But everyone that played that game walked away from the game saying, "Yo, that's like an 8 though." Like it's fun as hell. That multiplayer is garbage though. But the game is a Crackdown game. Everybody says the same thing. Now you have the opposite side of that, where you have the mainstream media. That should be a dirty word. Reviewing the game, giving it a 5, but saying it had fun.
Right.
And at what point in time do we hold their feet to the fire? Because you're sitting there with this bandwagon thing, and I honestly believe it's for clicks. I honestly believe it's for likes. I honestly believe it's for sensationalism to push a narrative forward. All right. And that narrative is being broken to the floor when you have a multitude of people saying one thing, and you have this small group of people that look like the old people. Not on my lawn.
Oh my God.
Those dudes, they're dying. You brought up Yanye and this guy, right? I don't really like that guy.
Easy.
Yeah, I know. It's whatever. That's my opinion.
Your opinion.
All right. So if he feels away, it's my opinion. Hit me on Twitter. But this is for that reason only that he used that influencer word on a guy that actually was just doing him.
Provocateur.
Oh yeah, that was a disgusting word. That was the extra word. Yeah. But anyway, I just say this, that is a conscious movement, and it's going to be a mass exodus away from those sites where normally we get the information. Normally we trust these people, because we've seen, and I think it was strategic when they planned it, putting out that EA paid that YouTuber dude, and I believe that was mainstream media that made sure that got out so they can stop having us look at our favorite YouTuber and question them.
I hear Dizzy.
Yeah. If I could put like one last thing on it also, this is actually, rather than looking at the media and holding them responsible, we also got to look at our people, looking at people who are on social media, talking to them. Let's also make sure that we know what we're talking about as well.
Yes.
Let's look at just my last point on it is Ryan McCaffrey got a whole lot of heat because he put out a tweet about, the whole crackdown and everything. Got a lot of hate. The big thing that I was seeing that everybody was putting back towards Ryan was, well, look at Agents of Mayhem score, look at Crackdown score. But they didn't take the time to realize that Agents of Mayhem wasn't written by Ryan. And Crackdown wasn't reviewed by Ryan. As a matter of fact, the reviewer for both of those games were two different reviewers. So we also, for our own, they have to be, looking at everything. We can't be just jumping onto somebody just because they make a little statement and using that against them.
Stupid. He said King don't believe in the LordsOfGaming.net writers. Confirmed.
That's the funny thing, right? It's the ironic thing. We just
here's actually what I wanted to say, and the reason why I'm also putting this out there, because Cog kind of alluded to, kind of the chat that we had. Here's one that you're going to actually find at LordsOfGaming.net. We actually have a review standard, and you, as a reader, are actually going to be seeing what that review standard says of what we are looking at, because we don't want you to think that we're skewing our reviews based on anything else. We don't want you to think that it is based off of a bias. There is a review schematic in place. all reviewers that are writing on the website have to go by that schematic, and that's how we will come to that underlying score at the end.
Yes, man. We definitely beat this topic to death, but it's good. It's informative, man. I mean, it's what's going on in the industry, and you know, we'll see if King's right. If it's a paradigm shift, if it's something that, you know, people are being phased out or whatever. But I know for one thing, LordSovILP.net, they about that. I know that's what you need.
Integrity.
You want that integrity for the people that love you. Know what I'm saying? You know how we do, man. We're gonna call it how we call it. And another point that Diz made is that, like, again, you also have to take into fact that there are different reviewers. You know what I'm saying? You can play a game and say, hey, but you gave this game and this. Remember, unless it was the same person that reviewed it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take that into account. And yeah, man, that's pretty much what I got on it, man. Let's move. Let's get this poll, and we got one more announcement by Solve. But new ILP poll this week with all the latest rumors, speculation regarding Xbox Game Pass coming to Switch and Xbox Scarlet devices being revealed at E3 2019. If proven true, do you think it will be a tactical mistake for Sony not to be present in any capacity during the E3 news cycle? Choices are A, no. Sony is still the dominant force of this generation. Their games will dictate next gen. B, yes, Scarlet head start and Switch partnership will provide huge momentum. Or C, I don't care. Next generation don't start until Google and Amazon say so. That is the question. Those are the choices. Please rock the ILP vote when it goes up on Twitter. Lord Boomstick XL, my brother, and Lord Dizzy. An absolute pleasure to have you in the realm, man. Where can the fine people find you? Tell about that site, man.
Yeah, obviously you're going to be able to find me at LordSovILP.net, where I'll be making sure the stuff that we're putting up is to your quality. And of course, if you want to get in on it, like we've said multiple times throughout the show, make sure you hit us up after the show. We got an email. We'll have you send that to. We've actually received a couple, during the course of this.
We got some scribes on deck. I'm liking that.
Right. Aside from that, I mean, you can definitely find me on Twitter at iDizzy81, as I will be leading the charge to make sure that we do get Master Chief on Super Smash Brothers. Now that we're going to have Game Pass there. Not Banjo, Master Chief.
No doubt, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Stick around, y'all. So, yeah, man, we got that going on. Like I said, shout out to Boom for spending that 100 with us. Unfortunately, our brother, like Gaming Addict, he could only be on his phone. Couldn't join, man. We missed you, bro. You got to be back, man. Episode 100 was magical. And Lord Sov, you've got some stuff to talk about, huh?
Yeah. So, as we indicated to you guys before, we're going to continue to have some giveaways and whatnot throughout the course of the year. So now we want to announce our next giveaway after our very successful Kingdom Hearts 3 giveaway. So the next game to be given away by the Iron Lords podcast and LordsofGaming.net through Gleam.io will be what I think will be in the running for Game of the Year.
This is your flavor. What is it?
This is my flavor. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
I think I gotta get in there.
That dark flavor is up on the screen, y'all. Make sure y'all get in there.
There you go. Exactly. So Cog put that link up in the chat for everybody to get in there, because I don't have those credentials to be putting links up. You know? I don't have boss credentials.
Yeah, boss.
So, guys, as we've indicated in the past, this will be an NTSC Region 1 code only. Only for Xbox One, PS4, or PC.
Now break down Region 1, because we, our UK brothers on our Canadian. Can they get some love?
Canada can get some love. I believe this for certain platforms, UK can also get some love. Okay. So definitely jump in there. And once again, if you plan on shysting and coming at us from different websites, from different
Lord Petey gonna shut that down.
You guys know that Lord Snaldo is out there with the ban hammer in full effect.
That's like you gonna say it's rigged and we ain't even started yet. That's yo, shout out to Philly. Oh wow, Philly Eagle, brother. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Congrats,
Philly Eagle.
Thank you for the conversation, keeping this excellent content coming. I'll keep tuning in. Yo, shout out for you and Taser just going at it in the chat today.
They were out of control.
Like you ain't seen them like bang, 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 bang.
They were out of control.
I got this gun ready, man. Shout out to Philly Eagle, man. Really respect you out here. So yeah, so explain Sav again for the region 1. Are we who are we including? What countries are we including?
So it'll be region 1, USA, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna do our best to take care of our UK brothers as well. But the code will be a region 1 code. Trust me, there are ways around that.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are enterprising, there's definitely ways around that. But the code itself will be a region 1 NTSC code.
Yes, sir. Please get on that, man. I put the link in the description. It will go out on Twitter as well, on the Iron Lord Podcast Twitter. So check that out as well. And also, real quick, before I do the outros out to King and everything, we got some new swag coming, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, we got that Lords of Gaming out here. So if you want to rep the site, you want to rep the movement, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to put the link in the description. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's out here. We got that Lords of Gaming. You know what I'm saying? We moving and grooving out here. So if you want to be part of the movement, it is out there. Get your premium tees. Hey, yo, I keep getting this out of the question. You can change the colors, y'all. Look, you get your flavors on. If you want to do that PlayStation blue, you know what I'm saying? You want to do that Xbox green, go to teespring.com. Lords of Gaming. It's in the ILP Royal Swag part of the Twitter, of our Twitter account. You know what I'm saying? Do not forget, man, we got color waves. We got a whole bunch of other items out there, man. Please check out the shop. It's lit right now. You know, you saw Dizzy and I, we had the cups and all that moving. You got your sweaters, you got all that. You got the 4, look at you got the 4 horse. You want to be the gaming ninja? You be the gaming ninja. You want to be the excess gamer? You want to be like King? You got that red right there. You want to be the difficult game conqueror like Addict? There you go, military style. And then, of course, you know, if you want to be solved, you know what I'm saying? You got that black on black right there. Your cups, you got everything. You got the leg. Hey, you got them leggings, ladies.
Yeah, but you can also switch up those colors. Like you don't got to be red.
Yeah, you're not locked in. Just please know if you see a color, like for example, we're going to put it on King right quick. You know what I'm saying? If you see a color, you are not locked into the color. If you want to rock the God of War, Amun Ra, you want to get that in the black, you can do that, y'all. So I just want to put y'all, make it very clear. I get these questions all the time. You already know the link is in the description. A lot of color waves going on. Lord King, what do you have going on? What the fine people got that you need, they need to know about? What's going on?
All right, so a couple of people in the chat hit me and they was like, yo, we need a fraud police shirt and we need to throw them in the bush. Listen, Cognito's been at me for a minute and I've been sitting in the background with De Niro and Sean. And we've been working on some things. So those stuff is coming. You're also going to have King of the Statues up in there, and you're also going to have Combat Talk with the King up in there. Those things are coming, but it's like steps. You understand? Check out those shirts, those Iron Lord shirts. Yeah. Check out the, Lords of Gaming shirts and the hats and stuff like that. Check out everything, and then those stuff will be launched. We don't want to cannibalize the marketplace as far as, like we launched this shirt, and that shirt is eating this business. But all that stuff will be available and you'll be able to rep. I just put up pictures inside Instagram so you can actually see exactly what that stuff really looks like up close. I debuted it for you guys. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Our Discord is lit.
Discord is crazy.
For the Discord, man.
If you don't at me, I don't at you. All right, so understand that part. I mute the hell out of that because it's too much stuff going on in there, but we are here. I am so happy that we did 100 episodes, and yeah, it's 4.5 hours, and yeah, I'm gonna hear the type of hell about this. But I finished half this giant Magnum bottle. But listen, when I was talking about Mike Ybarra, and I was minding my words. Because I don't want it to come off wrong, because I really understand the space that the man was talking from. Yes, sir. So I just want y'all to understand that I really mind my words when I talk with people of integrity and people of power. I watch exactly what I say because I respect those people. So,
no doubt, man. Thank you, King. Man. Absolute great show. Dizzy, man. You wanted to plug anything too? You good?
Oh no, we got it covered. We got that Discord in there.
We got the Discord in there. We got everything. Yeah, man. Yo, listen, hit that like and subscribe. Yo, tremendous support, man. Thank y'all for the. Oh my God,
yo, ridiculous support. Absolutely,
insane. The tweets were insane. Thank y'all, Forte. I see you, brother. Like, oh man, absolute pleasure. All you guys, man. Your day ones in there, rocking. Hyde's in the chat. Hold on, I saw Hyde in the chat with the logo. My man, Hyde. Yo, shout out to Hyde 13, man. This is one of our web designers. The man has done a fantastic job, man. Lords of Gaming, again, you know, if y'all ain't see it, you already know what it is. It's really lit. And yo, shout out to Lord Kaibatsu. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have the audio up later tonight. You already know the SoundCloud, all that, Spotify, iTunes, all that links will be in description. Also, the stream team, Lord Snaldo, El Boogie, Old School Style. I saw you, boy. MJ is a boss, Lord Delapo. And of course, they got those ILP first looks on the channel, streaming each and every week. I also want to shout out some new additions to the stream team coming. Lord Sinister and Lord Dino. Unleash, hit me up. Salute Lord Dino, hit me up as well. They're looking to join stream team, so we will link you up with Petey. We'll get that popping, man. And King, man, debuted King of the Statues. Absolute success, man. When the next one coming, King?
Oh, as you can see right there, you have 3 boxes right there. And those 3 boxes will be unveiled. Every Wednesday, you will tune in to LordsOfGaming.net. You will tune into the YouTube channel, and you will see King of the Statues up. I decided this time, and I'm going to give you a peek in, because a lot of people was talking about Iron Fist was really expensive. It was a really expensive premium situation, and they felt that maybe that, you know, the King is outpricing them. No, I'm a Microsoft, you guys. You got the Anaconda, and then you got the other joint. All right, so
doesn't even name it.
Nah. But listen, I'm gonna go into detail. I took y'all advice. As you can see, there's a separate mic over there. As you can see, I have a different stand. Listen, I got the my whatchamacallit came in, my 250-pound spin wheel. So Iron Fist was actually really heavy, and I put it on the Lazy Susan over there, and that Lazy Susan was like, "To hell to the no, brother." So I had to order the new one. So any statue that I get will not be 250 pounds, and I will actually be able to 360 that for you. So we will grow together. Y'all will see statues. And also the statues that I do have already that's unboxed, I will actually talk about those on the channel. So you will get to see my collection. All right.
Absolutely, yo. Fantastic show. Listen, man. First of all, if y'all ain't listening to King of the Statues, that beat alone is fire. You know what I'm saying? But again, yo, everybody, thanks for the support. LordsOfGaming.net is live, as y'all can see one last time. New content has just gone up. You know what I'm saying? Salt Second review. You already see the last word is up there. Oh, Craig, there's reviews up there. Oh boy, you know what to do. Oh boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Check that out. Check that out when you check it out. You know what I'm saying? But yo, thank y'all so much, man. And you saw already with the giveaways. Shout out to all the writers, all the cool scribes, everyone at the right table that's supporting. We have tremendous talent, opinion pieces coming, walkthroughs. If you can see at the bottom, tech pieces, you know what I'm saying? Reviews. We're going to do a little bit more. We're going to take your feedback as well. Again, reach out to Lord Dizzy and myself, or at the Twitter at Lords Gaming Net. Lords Gaming Net. So I'm going to put that in there for the last description. And then, yeah, man, that's all I pretty much got. But if anyone else got anything to say, episode 100 was in the books. Thank you very much from the community. Everybody enjoy your Sunday, and we are out. Peace.